Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is Technology Thursday. I am your host, David Sponheim. Thank you for waiting. We were doing some updates on our XSplit program. That's what happens when you update computer programs. They oftentimes... Wow, this feels like Halloween. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Isn't that great? We are going to be doing a Halloween show coming up. Yes, October 31st, just so you know. We're a little bit in advance right now talking about it. Oh. Welcome to the show. I wanted to bring you into a sea life environment tonight on Technology Thursday because I want everyone to know that we have an obligation to take care of these beautiful creatures. The beautiful creatures of the ocean. I'm opening up our chat room. We just finished our cooking show, which was amazing. Sarah is still prepping the zucchini in the other room. We are having a lot of good vibes about the zucchini. I think it's got a chicken base to it, and we're going to be able to have a really nice meal for many days to come. This is the mobile medical unit system that we want to put together for America, a way to integrate high-tech medical equipment into your local life, a way to give you the immediate service you need to prevent illnesses to you and your family, to make sure that you don't get diabetes or heart disease, the number 1 and 2 killers in America, and even offering a blood test with every visit. Part of the deal is you can get a blood test. If you opt out of it, you can just get checked out. But you can get a blood test, and it will give you a full assessment of your electrolyte levels, your iron levels, of major things that affect your health, and will even give you a printed menu for you to cook with, something that you could actually make meals with and do so affordably. Somebody asked me, will we be offering essential foods or any kind of foods when we offer our blimp plane rides, because we're going to be talking about a blimp plane tonight? And I said, yeah, we have an essential food plan that actually gives people the ability to have food, nice meals, for under $2 for 2 people, or right around $2. We're shooting for a $2 price. And that means these items can be thrown in a microwave right from the freezer. Something that many people would love to do because a lot of people don't like to cook. You know, what we did just now is something that I enjoy. I've always enjoyed cooking for years, and it's something that comes naturally. But for many people, getting an entree in a frozen section of your store and bringing it in to your microwave is the easiest way to make a meal. Okay, so here's another innovative idea we're thinking of, the blimp plane. This idea is certainly something that is cutting edge, that many of you may have never heard about. We'll be talking about that tonight. We're getting into the Vaughn chat room. The only byproduct of doing a cooking show is that we oftentimes lose track of the chat for about 10 minutes. So if you are one of those people that are wondering, why isn't Dave in the chat? Because Dave hasn't arrived in the chat. Dave's not here, man. Fix the tie, okay. Thank you. I'm getting assessments from our chatters. You are interacting. This is a virtual chat show. I do not have any type of disorder at all. In fact, I'm doing really, really well. I'm 100% adjusted. Forbes took our idea, by the way. Yeah. Many people have been talking about all the great ideas that America's Third Party has, but something is apparently going to pop up in just a second after I hit yet another screen. Continue to the article. And again, log in with password. So this is what a lot of you get right now when you go on the internet. This is the new technology they're using. Not only do I not want to look at Forbes and join, I'd rather look at the chat. I heard Hillary was attacking Alex. I need the link to that. I don't have it on this computer. If you can send me the link to that, that'd be great. I don't have any affiliations with white power skinheads. Julian Assange is they're after him. Both Putin and the U.S. are trying to apprehend him again. Isn't this great how we can interact with the chat and people can talk? It's fantastic. The hair, what can I do with the hair? I was just, when it gets a little wet around here, it got a little wild tonight with the cooking show. It's not a wig, it's my real hair. I'll get the hair under control a little later. Thank you. Hey, thank you. This thumbs up effort, it's amazing, isn't it? 458, thanks. Well, we are trying to integrate all the modern technologies that you can get anywhere at Best Buy. I don't take any APAC money. I've never taken APAC money. You can go to fec.gov and check out my name and look up David John Sponheim, and they will be glad to help you. Okay, paranoid Hillary smears Alex Jones during a conspiracy-obsessed rant. This should be interesting. So apparently this Alex Jones has been getting to her. Well, I'll be darned. We know that Alex Jones is a shill for the government, so we're trying to figure out what the gameplay here is. Why is she making a big deal? Is she trying to reel in the Democrats she already has voting for her, who don't believe in anything Alex Jones would say? Claims that Vladimir Putin is the godfather of the alternative right. That's an interesting theory. Well, she has an interesting point. There's no wig here, man. You can't pull on hair like that if you have a wig. That's ridiculous. Okay, so she claimed that Donald Trump was embracing dark conspiracy theories before going on a conspiracy theory rant in which she attacked Alex Jones and claimed that Vladimir Putin was the villainous mastermind behind the alt-right movement. The speech in Reno was billed as Hillary's moment to demonize Trump by equating him with racist, white supremacist conspiracy theorists. Wow, I wouldn't know any of those people. No, this is real hair, man. It's a woolly head. Today's kind of a hot day, so it got kind of frizzy. I do have eyebrows. I've got a better camera to show you the eyebrows. They happen to match the hair, so it's difficult. Could we talk about anything other than my face, my hair, my eyebrows tonight? Is it possible you could pull a small brain cell out of your thoroughly intoxicated brain and put it towards something productive that might lead you to a conversation? Is that possible? That'd be great. Well, let me show you. We'll get started with something. Yeah. How about your brain? Let's start with your brain. Do you realize you're getting chemicals dumped on it every day from high technology? That there's an amazing tool out there that gives the ability of the country to dump chemicals in the air at rapid speeds? Isn't that great? Yeah, you didn't know that you were dumped on with chemicals? Well, you are, and they're proud of it. They're thinking that this is somehow going to prevent global warming. I'm not sure, there is no science behind it, but they really believe that it's going to somehow prevent the sun from baking in on the earth, when what they're doing is they're dumping chemicals all over the place, and it's creating more B12. No, actually I look pretty good. I feel good too. You think I'm a little pale? Here's an example of one of the planes they've rigged with canisters of industrial waste that they dump on you. Very high technology, developed at Rocketdyne. These are modified 707s and 737s that are able to dump massive amounts of chemicals on you. You don't look good. Well, you guys are looking at a camera that has not been fully adjusted. So let me get to my settings here. Hold on. There we go. Now I look like I have natural skin. I'm not pale. Some of you thought I was like reaching the point where I was going to have to be hauled into the hospital. What are the police going to be at my house for? Why would they be here? Thank you. So yeah, this is amazing technology that they put together, and they're all doing it for you. They want you to have I guess more pollution in your lungs, And they haven't really tested what this does to the brain, but they are really working at, these are all LAN connections. You see every one of these things? They all have LAN connections. They're all interconnected with a computer. So when the planes fly over your house, they don't even need a pilot. They can fly these things with drone capabilities. And they dump these chemicals that are all derived from the industrial pollution that goes to make all the items at your dollar store. I don't really have a neighbor named Marco. Thank you. Yes, Trump watches our show nightly. I was on my other computer looking at some interesting little tidbits, and I saved a transmission between Eric Trump and his dad, Donald, regarding our show. Somebody sent it to me because they somehow accessed his interchat that he was using. I'm still trying to vet it to make sure it's real. But it does look like a real transmission between Donald and his son. Yeah. Saying, watch the son, Eric. I mean, watch the show, Eric. Yeah, for sure. And they were even discussing issues that they would borrow from us. He's already taken 10 of my ideas. The 1,000 mile fence idea was mine. Oh, we've got to get into iVlogs. Sorry, I forgot you guys are all... You got me all flustered. I don't need to sell Viagra unless you want to somehow tell people how I'm able to stay so useful. How do you want to do that? Dr. Drew just lost his job. He had no idea he was a shill. Yeah. Hillary canceled Dr. Drew after Dr. Drew made statements about how her doctors were probably working out of the 1950s. I look like Jim Carrey? Oh my gosh, thank you. What a narcissist. I don't like Jim Carrey. I used to love how he did that little routine where he talked out of his butt. I thought that was funny. What else did he do? Is he okay? Because he doesn't look okay. Jim Carrey 2016 is a shocking picture of a man slipping into the dark abyss of narcissism. We're not sure why, but we believe that maybe his bipolar disorder has taken him to this dark road, this place that he is currently located, somewhere in the deep recesses of his mind. But this guy's younger than me. And I just worry for him, you know? And then people tell me I should be wearing a beard. That you'd look so much better with a beard, Dave. And then they say, oh, you look like Jim Carrey. I get all kinds of people saying stuff. But he's had a lot of losses lately. A lot of losses. He has to deal with those losses, I guess. And like every person in the world has to deal with loss. Loss of facial hair. Oh, sorry. Glue on beard. Yeah, somebody said I'm actually Will Ferrell. So I'm apparently a merge between Jim Carrey and Will Ferrell and David Caruso. And I'm glad I'm not a narcissist, because it would be really messed up if I was. I haven't talked about Hope Solo since the games. I'm still processing the loss. Someone said I was Joan Rivers. Somebody's having some problems with gender identity matching. I would never insult successful people, but name one person I just mentioned that was successful. I don't know, I think my mind is firing at a faster pace than yours. Because I just laughed 3 times in my own head. Well, let's check the news. Let's not dilly-dally around. Sarah's making the zucchini lasagna. She's making a second meal and putting it at 350 degrees. The theme is technology. How these beautiful technological devices that are all cooked up to computers deliver industrial waste into the air for you to breathe. Thank you. Well, what you do what you have to do. If somebody was going to threaten the show, I can't stop you. I'm not sure the U.S. swimmer team lied, because we saw a live leak of somebody standing there with his hands up down in Rio. Yeah, see, and nobody in the mainstream media talked about.
Foil.
Huh?
Can you cover it with foil?
I will, yeah.
And you don't have to bake it to the heat. You can freeze it.
No, I'm going to bake it. What good is making it if we can't actually eat it?
Well, you can make something else,
I want to.
like a sandwich
What?
on a hot.
Oh, tonight I'm making something else for dinner, but I'm making this. Okay, Sarah's in.
No, I'm asking David to cover the things with the aluminum foil.
I'm going to go cover them with aluminum foil. I'll be right back. My NRA rating is a result of what I plan on doing, verification. I wrote a detailed statement about verification on my NRA questionnaire, and I said I support gun rights, everything. I just want an instantaneous verification. I don't know David Duke. I've never even had any contact with the group that he belongs to or whatever. I have no knowledge of those people. And as far as the NRA rating of C-, I think it's because they don't want anyone who's a violent mental patient to have screening done. They want violent mental patients who want to kill people to go into gun shows and buy guns without any kind of barrier. That's why I got the C-. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you.
All right. Yes, I agree. David is a very good-looking guy, for sure. He's fantastic. Oh, I need to pull up the other chat rooms to see what's going on in there. Sorry, I vlog in Battlecam for ignoring you. Hi, Jackson. All right. Thank you, Explorist. You're so excited about the lasagna. You're going to try that now. Go buy one of those massive zucchinis. You can probably get them at a farmer's market, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's weird. Oh, David turned on the overhead light. I don't know if that's such a good idea, but okay. All right. Oh, man. My feet hurt. David won't answer you on helping Louisiana in his plan for natural disasters. Well, one of the things we thought of is that much of Louisiana, especially down in New Orleans, is a flood zone. And it would be great if we could even dredge it and make it more surrounded by water. And, of course, help some people relocate. Yes, David will be working on renovating neighborhoods with the Homestead Renewal Plan and other ideas that he has. All right, iVlog, I'm coming over. Sorry. Took me a bit. There we go. Connecting to chat. Fantastic. Chat is open to everyone. I'm casting. Not sure if anyone's actually there. I'll see. Oh, that's all the emoticons. Hello, guest 184-205-301 and 670. Let's see, other chatters. That's it. And then me. All right, and then I was going to open up our YouTube site, which I don't really understand why they don't just go live on your main page of YouTube when you start a live stream. Maybe I should send that to them as a suggestion. There we go. Okay. I mean, I guess I understand, but no, not really. If you schedule an event, I guess they do that. Or a live stream. Hello, Buds of Plenty. How are you? I'm glad to be here. Let's say that. Wow. I'm sorry, Jackson. I can start purging all these people if you'd like. Just ask and I will do that. Oh, David said like 700,000 or something ridiculous amount, 313. But one thing, if you would like David to do a speaking engagement, one thing you could do is arrange for wherever you'd like him to speak to be held between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Pacific time, and then he could do his show and you could just broadcast it. So that would be his speaking engagement. Your college wants to book David? Fantastic. What college do you go to, 313? So that's one thing that you can do, is just have almost like a viewing party for David. That's the nature of chat rooms, I think. A lot of times people are that way. I guess I have to put something like that and then enter. Good. 74 days. Vote. You have a question for David when he gets back? Okay. Thank you for hanging in there. I will be sure to monitor the iVlog chat so then I can relay that. University of Washington Seattle campus wants to book David. Fantastic. I will tell him maybe he would be willing to do that, since you guys are a lot closer to where he lives than other locations. But you could start with a viewing party and make sure that you have the interest. And then, if you had a viewing party and had interest, then it could go from there. Hello, DJS Love. Which would be very good. So what are you majoring in? Are you happy to get back to school at University of Washington? They do have a really great engineering department over there. I went to some kind of engineering show, but I didn't get a chance to see it all because I saw it was located in one building and I hadn't realized it was spread out to multiple buildings. It was a few years ago. Actually, I think it was a decade ago. And they were talking about nanotechnology and some kind of video camouflage for planes, which is pretty cool. I know, I'm sorry. You want me to purge him, Jackson? I'm more than willing to do so. All right. Hello, world. Hello, you, TJS Love. All right. Hi, 245. You're at UW Dental School. Glad to be getting back. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I think they have a pretty good dental thing too. I haven't, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. How far are you into your program, 313, and how much time do you have left? Are you planning to do any specialty after it, like periodontics or anything like that? Will I please talk about my house plants? Yes, I have a few house plants. One thing, oh, orthodontics, nice, good. One of my houseplants is like a little air plant that a friend gave me, and then David has a pepper plant that he's growing, bell peppers. Those are mainly my plants that are indoors. And then outside I have some flowers, which I'm thinking of transplanting, some forget-me-nots. I have a little tiny rose bush that is actually doing really, really well. It was like a miniature rose bush, but it's like doubled in size, and maybe it's been 2 years, but it's very good. So you need to make David to be sure to sign into iVlog. He was on like 30 minutes and he wasn't signed in. Oh, is there an issue when he's not signed in? 670? Can we build a wall between the USA and Canada? You're more than welcome to do so. I don't think that it's necessary to do so. Well, I mean, I understand some people think it's necessary to do so because the 9/11 terrorists entered through Canada, but they entered through an actual border crossing rather than. Yeah, I remember you have a question for David when he gets back. Okay. Oh, I know he can't see your chat, but you can't get the video. Oh, you can't get on the video below. Okay. I get it. I will tell David that. Was he not signed in yesterday? Do I think a wall will stop illegal immigration? Not necessarily, but a lethal electric fence will go a long way toward that. Toward doing so. Okay, then I will make sure he's signed in so that you guys can get on the videos. DT's more than welcome to say anything she likes. Thank you. I am doing pretty well, Laura. I'm a little tired. I've been getting up earlier and earlier just to get ready for fall. Heading into fall, I like to have an early start, but I'm definitely feeling that. No, I don't want anyone to be electrocuted on the fence. I want the fence to act as a deterrent for anyone trying to enter our country illegally. I don't really talk about my professional life too much, except to say that I'm getting up earlier for the fall. Well, do you mean they are farmers? Which type of they are is that? Yes, I understand what you're saying with regular electric fences. Lethal electric fences have enough electricity going through them that they would be lethal. Well, why don't you actually sign in and then tell me Jackson said that? Thank you, 226. I appreciate that you appreciate me being supportive of David's passion. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for asking, 670. I appreciate your interest in my life. It's just funny because I try really hard to not mix that's kind of my goal this year is to segregate out professional, political, and personal life. Blair Glover says beef up the border patrol, and he thinks Mexicans will steal electricity from the fence. They'll actually use the electric fence to power their homes. Is that what you're saying, Blair? Not when you say hydro, I think you're probably up in Canada. We don't always have our electricity coming from hydroelectric. We do here in Washington State, but many people in the U.S. actually 70% of electricity in the world comes from coal. My HH check. What is HH? Healthcare? Health? I don't know what HH. You seem sick? No, I'm just tired. Well, I'll tell you, it's that time of month, so I'm a little drained. I probably should take more iron. Hey, you asked, you said I'm sick, so it feels like that. Hemoglobin and hematocrit. So that explains it. Yeah. So it's just, yeah, I'll take some iron to boost my hemoglobin levels. Clinton on the foundation attack, she says, I know there's a lot of smoke and there's no fire. Huh. The Rio police charged Ryan Lochte with filing a false robbery report, even though David showed the video of him putting his hands up in the air. I could, Sheriff Woody. Yeah, you can't call into Donald Trump. That's true, Ryan. Or let him call you. Well, he's more than welcome to call us, Ryan Ribble. You know our phone number, 707-YOUR-ATP. Your ATP right here. So Trump is more than and you're more than welcome to call as well. Why are the guests pulling faces at me or saying things at me? That's just the way it is. Sarah, you missed an epic call with Doopster yesterday. I was in for the beginning of that call, which was good. Yes, that is a Google Voice number. Hey, Shula Dula Dula. Okay. Well, she already is nominated. Now it's a matter of, fortunately, David can get elected. How do you call in? I just gave you the number. Do you want me to speak slower or type it out? No, you can't text David at that number when you're bored. It's a Google Voice number and I don't receive texts through it. No texting. All right. David's watching from the other room, muting everyone. My clothing is divine, thank you. David's sister gave me this, so it's very good. I'll wait and I will type in the phone number when David gets back. How about that? Because then David can take the phone calls and I don't have to. Oh yeah, how do I can send a message through there? Alright, let me log in and do that. I'm signed up, so contact. There we go. Alright. Well, it's going to blogtv.ca. Open house, they're working on the project, alpha testing, beta testing. Well, why can't we be part of the alpha testing? Open house. All right. Message, here we go. Please reserve the name third party names, I'm going to say, and America's third party for David Sponheim for presidents from America's third party. .com. Email us when the site is ready to go live. America's third party at gmail.com, or call us in the evening at 7:07. Okay. Your ATP. Alright, let's send that. Enter. Okay, I sent them a message. Good. Thank you for asking me to do so. I appreciate that. As the First Lady in the White House, my priority would be on getting back to the basics. So I was looking, you have hydroelectricity, it's expensive in Canada. Yes, so people would take it from the electric fence if they could. Yes, I should get more sleep. That's a good idea. As First Lady, I would be focusing on getting back to the basics. So that means water, which is very important. So we have a ocean pipeline that you may have heard about. So I'll be focusing on domestic issues that help our country with the basics. So water, food, housing, healthcare, and education. Those will be my priorities. I sent them a Facebook message, blogtv.ca. You say it's fake, it's not going to happen. How's the cows? I don't actually own any cows, and I'm sure any cows near here are probably hot. It's warm out, relatively speaking, anyway. I don't even know. Can I am a guest? Let's see. I am. I can't, well, because I'm not doing that in the other room. So, you like iVlog yourself? I like iVlog as well. It's, I like VonLive.tv, and I try to get into Battlecam, but I just haven't built it up like I should have or could have, but that's okay. And I do stream over at YouTube, but I don't always have the chats open in front of me, so. Well, where would you prefer to be? Not 494. He's what? Man, all of them all this thing about Jackson. I apologize, Jackson, that all of the guests are attacking you. That often happens when David's closest supporters. He's working class. What does that even mean? All right. Oh, is that his saying or something? 434. Light bulbs that cause anxiety, migraines, and cancer. Wow. If you're not a supporter of David, then you should not be here. What nightly shenanigans? 706. David and I have a nightly show. What? There. Good. All right, fantastic. Why 899? I think it's just someone that you'd like to pick on. Yes, we should offer a good wage to a trusted person. Who's your boss, 968? Yeah, I'll, for now, come in under a different name. Is David coming back to the show? No, I'm going to run this entire show until 9 p.m. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. I don't know what time, but I give David as much of a break as he needs. So I will, that's what I do. And then I'll take Blair's advice and maybe take a nap. Thank you very much, 226. Well, I don't think so, 706, because of course the lasagna dinner is not ready. Hello, 727. How are you? Yeah, I like that little eating emoticon. Scissor fight. Yes, I just accept them, DT Laura, which is fine, because they're going to troll no matter what. I just feel bad for the users that they pick on. Oh, let me look at what is down here. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is behind me. Oh, mobile medical units. Ah, all right. How about it? Milan, the maker of EpiPen, became a virtual monopoly. It announced Thursday that it will help more patients pay for the life-saving allergy injection, bowing to intense criticism from politicians, doctors, and patients over the drug's soaring list price. Well, I would, 601, I might consider it if you knew how to spell the word pension. I don't know, 706. I haven't been in touch with him for a very, very long time. Where is he? Well, he knows where I am now, right? So I guess everything's fine. That's cute. Well, he's not in the room, 877, right now, so why is that a problem? Who is he, Explorist? Only he knows who he is. All right. Thank you, Eddie. Yes. You like writing things upside down, 879. Oh, it's I don't remember doing that, 601.
Nice.
I do have it in the other room, but I don't remember promising that.
Alrighty.
I can maybe do that when I come back, I suppose. Hi, David.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you for cleaning up, David.
Yeah, well,
Did you get something to eat, David?
I just had a little new potato. You know, it's so hot here that my red potatoes were rotting.
Oh, man.
I'm so glad we got the Yukon Golds.
313 wants to know if you would be interested in speaking at University of Washington, Seattle.
Right. No, I can't go there. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I can do a live telecast, but I can't actually go there. I don't think people realize that I've got
hundreds of death threats against me. I can't make any live appearances.
David, will you oppose any increase in H-1B visas, which allow corporations to bring in foreigners to take engineering and computer jobs
I want
away
to stop
from
that
Americans?
practice.
David wants to stop that practice.
I want more U.S. citizens trained in all the different areas that are essential.
Instead of granting H-1B visas, he would help the corporations set up programs to train Americans in a 6 week to 6 month program where they can train people to become engineers and have computer jobs. No, David will bring sanity and peace to America. Well, he's going to be a virtual president, 305. Our plan to deal with, we'll talk about our plan to deal with foreign products. You say, what's your plan to deal with the way foreign countries discriminate against U.S. products? Maybe we can discriminate against foreign products in the U.S. So one of the ways we can do that is make sure that any product imported into the U.S. meets any environmental criteria that we have for production of materials in the U.S. If you knew what's in McDonald's fries, you'd be seriously disgusted and never eat them again. Really, idealistforever.com. All right, not trolls, good people. I think 205 left. Where good ideas matter. If you knew, let's see. The ingredients are as followed: soybean oil, canola oil, hydrogenated oil, dextrose, citric acid, potatoes, salt, hydrolyzed wheat, TBHQ, whatever that is, sodium acid pyrophosphate, sodium acid pyrophosphate, dimethyl polysiloxane, natural beef flavor, hydrolyzed milk, hydrogenated soybean oil. The three main offenders found in this list of ingredients are TBHQ, whatever that is, dimethyl polysiloxane, and hydrogenated soybean oil. Here it is. TBHQ is tertiary butyl hydroquinone, one type of phenol used in foods in order to prevent deterioration of food. It's also used in substances such as perfume and biodiesel. Wow. Stop the trolling. It's okay. Alrighty. It's fine. Trolling continues. Alright, Blair, sorry, you find the American political system really, really messed up. I agree with you. I think that there could be some simple changes that could help the American political system. One of those simple changes is that we should initiate our 14th Amendment, which is equal protection under the law. Basically, all candidates for president should be treated equally, but right now they're not. Blair Glover says, get rid of oil, go for wind and solar, and don't forget hydro. Well, he didn't say don't forget hydro, but I said hydro because we have lots of hydroelectricity here in Washington State. I think we could even create more hydroelectricity, and we already export some electricity, but we could export even more. But I agree with the wind and solar. That's very good. Alrighty. No, I don't think the lasagna is going to burn. I think it'll be just fine. David put it in the oven, I'm pretty sure. So that's very good.
Okay, I'll be right there. I just have to feed the fish.
Okay. Yeah, feed the beautiful fish. We have these fish outside. We got them when they were like babies, like that size goldfish. And I think we've had them, I'm going to say 5 years or so. It might have been longer. You guys know how long we fed the fish. But now they're like this and bigger, beautiful fish. They're doing very well. All right. No, psycho behavior. I would not eat. I very rarely eat McDonald's. I eat it like once a year, and when I do eat McDonald's, it's usually either a salad or a wrap. But then I break down and have one of their shakes. Feed the fish means feed the fish. We have goldfish outside in a pond. Ooh, 9 coconut water brands filled with toxic ingredients. Fortunately, I don't. Yes, fortunately, I don't. Well, I don't drink coconut water right now. Yes, we did film our show in a McDonald's, and I ate McDonald's at that time. Like when I go on vacation, then I eat McDonald's, but normally I don't. You eat lobster rolls at McDonald's? Oh my goodness. They do not have lobster rolls at my McDonald's. If they did, I probably would eat them. How much is a McLobster roll? $8.79. All right. David should not have any hair on his face. How about that in answer to your question 834? There's no McRolls in Kentucky. $8 for a lobster roll. I would probably eat one of those. I don't know if they have them out here. I have not been to McDonald's. Don't they only serve those in the summer? And I haven't been over there. No, 313.
Wow. It's starting to cool off. It's beginning to feel a little better out there. Okay, great. Hi, everybody.
Here is David.
I need to get this screen up and running so I can look and see.
Well,
Just bring the screen up in that section right there. Just bring it over there. Just over there. So yeah, just so I can see the chat. Okay, good. High CPU usage. Good.
yeah, CFL bulbs are
No,
said to
I'm
cause
sorry.
migraines.
You don't have really good security at UW. I walked by an actual seminar with Sarah a few years ago at UW, and I couldn't believe the lack of security. Some of the nation's top oncologists were gathering together to figure out ways of killing people with chemotherapy and radiation therapy. And I said to Sarah, I said, this is ridiculous. These people are all here. There's no security. Yeah. I didn't mean to oppress you. I didn't know I would never oppress anyone. Sarah, I set the timer for about 20 more minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
Thanks. Hey, everybody, welcome to The Long Time. Yeah. Yeah, the oncologists meet every single year at UW. And they have a big, huge glad fest where they all greet each other and talk about how much money they're making and all the dead people, all the dying people. You know, the cancer industry is an $80 billion industry, and it's shocking to think that people would be... Hi, Blair. Blair Glover. Yeah, CFL bulbs are said to cause migraines. We switched to LED. If you go to LED, folks, you probably get less what is called dirty energy. So all of our lights now are LED. Even the RF signals in the studio here are being shielded. I'm going to Ethernet my other computer right now, as a matter of fact. Hang on. The Ethernet bypasses the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi is less significant when it is Etherneted. Yeah, they're speaking of LED lights. That's correct. LED lights are the culprit. Angela Merkel. Why are we talking about her? Hi there, DT. You're over there at iBlog? Cool. Got Scissor Fight and KY Poopy over there. We've got a very high-tech studio for prosumers. It's awesome. It really gives people a incredible opportunity to broadcast, and we wouldn't have this opportunity, as you well know, if we hadn't actually gotten involved in video a long time ago. And in the process, started our show 8 years ago, and here we are. Someone tried to assassinate Angela Merkel today? No kidding. Wow. There's no medical marijuana because we haven't legalized it yet. No, I'm kidding. We could put a picture of some bud there on the side if you'd like. Would that make you feel better? Bud. LED does not cause... LED doesn't have any side effects. We are always amazed at the interaction that the radio frequencies have had on our personal safety. I'm building Faraday cages for our... I built a Faraday cage for our smart meter so that it is comprised of aluminum screening material. You could get it at Ace Hardware, wrapped around in a circle to form a cylinder, and then the top I put a circle of aluminum screening on top, and I took staples and I stapled the whole thing together. I put it outside. It works great. It reduces the RF frequency emissions by 98%, and it makes sure that your electric company can still get the information. The Wi-Fi signal still goes out. It just has all this other electromagnetic energy it doesn't need to be broadcasting. If you are living in a condo and have a grid next to your house, next to your condo, of all the condos, you may want to consider moving. Check to see if your condo or your apartment is next door to a grid that has all the electric meters for the entire condo. That's a serious threat to you. People have come down with brain tumors and brain cancer. The government won't even talk about it. This has been known for years now. The director of the World Health Organization even said that cell phones contribute to brain cancer. Yet our government does nothing. It just sits on its hands and ignores the problem. This is not a Trump necktie. This is a bandini, an Italian tie, which is exemplary. So what it's doing to your brain, God knows, I have no idea. Maybe it's creating a kind of a false sense of nirvana or something. All I can tell you is the more radio frequencies, the worse off your brain is. I'm acutely concerned because I met a guy who had brain cancer, and he said he was a salesman for years, back when cell phones were just starting, and he was sure that the cell phone had contributed to it. All right, so we have mobile medical units in the background, which is a good thing to talk about tonight for Technology Thursday. I think Trump is going to end up having medical problems as well. We're not really sure if either Trump or Hillary is safe to run for president. The last report on Hillary and Trump's health dates back to 2015. Your friend at Whidbey Times said they're planning another hit? What the hell does that... What does that mean? Yeah. Yeah, that's a newspaper run out of the Canadian government. They operate in our area. Planning another hit. Wow. I had no idea the Whidbey Times was planning a hit. I'm surprised. Well, if you have any specific information about that, please send me any information to America's Third Party at gmail.com. I want to hand that off to my attorney and get that over to the ACLU as well. Anything you have. Oh, it hit peace on me. Oh, okay. That's fine. Well, I won't take interviews with the Whidbey News Times, as you know, not after what they did. Imagine a foreign-owned paper attacking a U.S. citizen running for office within his own state. Imagine that. Imagine how that would play in the media. I don't want to get into specifics. Boil bananas before bed. Drink the liquid, and you won't believe what happens in your sleep. Boiling banana trick. No, I'm still on a green screen. We need to elevate the mobile medical unit to a higher level, but we are going to bring in an image that is evocative of what we want to do, which is to provide medical marijuana to people who need it. Anyone who goes to the mobile medical unit will be given an option of buying some marijuana in gram form. No one's ever died from marijuana. There may have been a new THC overdose, I'm not sure, with all the concentrated THC that's being distributed, but no one has ever died from marijuana per se. So it's perfectly okay to have, and I'm going to make it sure it's legal and pull it off the list of controlled substances when I become president. That's my promise to you. I'm glad that Texas A&M started the mobile medical units in 1990. The mobile medical units that we've been talking about since 2008 are different than the ones that the Aggies have been putting together. I know. God. Excuse me while I retie my tie. These units will have portable X-ray systems, portable ultrasound systems. They will be able to do electronic studies of your blood to get the blood chemistry instantaneously. They will have a state-of-the-art Pillomatic on board. Right where that marijuana leaf is will be a Pillomatic offering generic medicine to people that need it. Excuse me while I tie my tie. Project Soli, world's tiniest violin. Well, that sounds very important. Well, the guy that discovered me discovered Jimi Hendrix, so I got to tell you, I feel very blessed. I'm in a very small... see, that's just not acceptable. This tie has given me nothing but problems. And it used to be my Freedom Friday tie, because tomorrow's Freedom Friday. And it's an Italian tie, but it's so damn long that you can never get it right. So what is this? Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Theo from Design.io, and this is a Soli, and we're about to demo the world's tiniest violin with a Soli.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. Listen to the... It's amazing. That's better than my grandmother played. And she didn't even play violin. Beautiful. I've got to get my... I get the message, thank you. Wow, might as well have he said he wanted to kick some ass? What are you saying at iVlog? I'm a working class guy, yeah, I worked for about 20 years. I tried to avoid it. I tried to start my own businesses because it was such a mundane activity of working for the man. I had the worst bosses on earth. The boss I just said who discovered me, who discovered Jimi Hendrix, he had a major problem with a payola scam he was involved in. I didn't know that. I was unaware of that when I signed on. You're still in it with the death threats? You don't realize I live in a safe and secure area? Wow. Okay, well, it's your fantasy. What's wrong with recreational weed? Blair Glover says, as an alcoholic, I haven't had the need to consume alcohol since I started smoking cannabis. Wow, Blair Glover, that's amazing. You are phenomenal, man. Good job. Dude, testimony from an alcoholic, Blair Glover, who loves recreational weed. Courtesy of course, Washington State or Oregon or wherever you are, or Colorado. No. Okay, what are we looking at here? Sovereignman.com has a story here. Let's take a look. 4 more megabanks join the anti-dollar alliance. Yesterday I told you how a consortium of 15 Japanese banks had just signed up to implement new financial technology to clear and settle international financial transactions. This is a huge step. Right now, most international financial transactions must pass through U.S. banking system's network of corresponding accounts. This gives the U.S. government an incredible amount of power. Power they haven't been shy about using over the last several years. You really think we're going to let these banks do this? Apparently, some of these Japanese businessmen don't realize that what happened to Toyota, Sony, and Honda could happen to them. I mean, seriously, you really want to disengage from the US dollar? Okay. Good luck with that. Hello from the Patterson, New Jersey home of illegal Peruvians. Wow. Real questions here, folks. Real questions. Let's see. Dave, we are not voting for you unless you give free weed to everybody. No. I'm offering you $400 per U.S. citizen. I don't think Sarah's talked about that yet. We're offering you veritable nirvana, a happy place that you could go to just to get safe. Say you're living on the street and you have nothing. That $400 on your EBT card is going to save your ass. Big time. You can buy enough food to live on in a tent. I know, because I've practically done that. It's not that hard to live on $400 in food. I could live on $100 a month in food and save $300. We're not going to be providing you free transportation. So if you were looking on getting on the human rail cars, they won't be coming to your neighborhood under my administration. And you will not be able to stay at the FEMA camps because we're going to get rid of all the fencing around the FEMA camps in the northern, western, and eastern section of the country. Well, you're not going to have a physical address, it's true, but you'll be able to get a mailbox aggregate. We'll be handing out EBT cards in each mailbox to homeless people. As long as you have some form of ID, all you need is some form of ID, you'll be able to get your first 400 and your mailbox. It'll be a snail mailbox right outside of this unit. This is going to be a service vehicle, as well as a mobile medical unit. There's going to be a separate one just like this. It'll be a mobile service unit. And it's going to be an incredible opportunity for homeless people to actually get washers and dryers, run on recycled water, showers. I have a concern about the UN in that I believe that there's a huge mistake going on. The ICANN network, which was originally run by Network Solutions, is now handed over to someone at the UN. Very bizarre and disturbing. We will look at doubling the staff at the mobile medical units, yes, for sure. The staff at the mobile service units will be minimal, will be a security guard and one helpful assistant who will teach people how to use the washers and dryers and help them with their showers in and out, making sure that everything is clean, nobody defecated in the shower room. But these showers will be self-cleaning. They'll steam clean themselves. So you can imagine a mobile service unit, mobile medical units, similar to these. All right, we've got a lot of questions about things tonight that stick to just topical questions on politics. We don't answer questions about your sex problems. Libertarian Canada Gary Johnson just sold out to Big Pharma. Check this out, folks. Remember I said that all along he was a shill? Well, sure enough, he's proving his true colors. That's amazing. These guys, they come on the scene, they get all this free advertising. Like I said, I've had no advertising in the past 8 years. This guy got all the advertising. It's unbelievable. And here I'm starting America's third party. He says children should be forcibly injected with mercury at gunpoint, claims government science overrides medical freedom. What a freak. Need I say more? Oh, what a joke. You know, they've got these shills. They'll say whatever the big business or big pharma wants them to say. You know that Bill Nye, the science guy, endorsed GMOs? Yeah. He got on board with the GMO project once Monsanto made a phone call to him. I gotta make a phone call to Mr. Nye. Yeah, hey Bill, we're gonna make you a deal you can't refuse, man. Yeah, you should be ashamed you voted for him, but you can still write my name in the upcoming election. Well, no, that's a real article. These guys do a lot of good work at Natural News. I wouldn't be talking about it and even presenting it if I didn't trust the amazing work of Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. Yeah, he's done amazing work. Here he is, Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. I guess I'm a little biased because I look like him, but it's perhaps one of my many identities. Yeah, so Bill Nye, he definitely endorses GMOs, which, as you know, if you've read Dr. Seralini's report, causes tumors after 4 months of using GMOs, like the wheat you eat, the bread you eat, the corn chips you eat. I got to tell you, I really like health. Yeah, Natural News is great, and Mike Adams is doing a fantastic job. Yeah, excellent, Mike. Keep it up. You're a good guy, man. Oh, sorry. I can do the show like this. Will the mobile Medicue? No. There will be no free diaper opportunities unless you are an actual person who uses diapers. Then you will get free pull-ups as we see fit. Diapers are a little different, though. They make a type of brief that is available for people who have no ability to lift their legs. I know. I told you it was a shill. I know. Before you knew about me. Thanks, 423. So you want free diapers? Well, we're not going to give you free diapers every time you go to the mobile medical unit unless you shat yourself. Clinton adds ties Trump to KKK white supremacists. Clinton ad ties Trump to KKK whites. Why are you repeating that? Is that just for emphasis or something? Okay. Yeah, KYFM has said, come on in the show. Thanks, guest 67, and thanks to the endorsement from KYFM. That's right, KYFM broadcasting live to everyone who's having sex. Clinton ad ties Trump to KKK. Yeah, reason a lot of Klan members like Donald Trump. Let's play this. This looks interesting.
The reason a lot of Klan members like Donald Trump is because a lot of what he believes, we believe in. Donald Trump would be best for the job.
For president.
Yeah.
I am a farmer and white nationalist. Support Donald Trump.
Sending out all the illegals, building a wall, and a moratorium on Islamic immigration. That's very appealing to a lot of ordinary white people.
Voting against Donald Trump at this point is really treason to your heritage.
Will you unequivocally condemn David Duke and say that you don't want his vote or that of other white supremacists?
I don't know anything about white supremacists, so I don't know.
Trump named Steve Bannon as his new campaign CEO. Mr. Bannon is best known for his controversial Breitbart News, a campaign chair that ran a website that has become a field day for the alt-right, which is racist, and all sorts of other ists.
The alt-right, which is the sort of dressed up in suits version of the neo-Nazi and white supremacist movements.
A lot of what he believes, we believe in.
Wow. Yeah. Definitely seems like Trump is endorsed by the white supremacist movement. And why are they endorsing a Zionist? Does anybody know why these white guys are endorsing a Zionist who supports extra funding for Israel? All right. That was not the right video to play. Obviously, we've got a lot of Trump supporters coming out of the woodwork here. Many of Trump's supporters are racist white men, yeah. I'm glad I'm not one of those. You know, I've never said a racial slur in my life. Sure, you're going to get people talking behind my back about how I did a little something something back in 2008 and then again in 2014 where I did, in fact, put on blackface. I have no problem with it. I never expected anything negative about it. I didn't expect Democrats to hate freedom of speech. I can tell you that Trump doesn't have the balls to do what I did because he probably is a closet racist. You see, people that come out of the closet as a racist, they're the ones that claim that this blackface video is racist. It's not. It's simply me impersonating Barack Obama. No, the right isn't rising at all. In fact, what it is it's falling into an abyss of hate. And all of you who keep pursuing his mindless beliefs, the ones that he didn't steal from us, which are the only good ideas he has. Well, I'm just telling you, I have every right to use freedom of speech, and it's a good thing I did. I heard Hillary Clinton mention Alex Jones, but what's the big deal? I mean, she just tied Putin with Alex Jones and with Donald Trump. I mean, it's pretty obvious Putin and Trump and Alex Jones are in bed together somehow. They're pulling a three-way. It's kind of like a circle jerk. They never mention me, no. Even Putin's afraid to mention me worldwide. I did it because I want to impersonate a terrible, terrible president. I was really disappointed with Barack Obama. I knew, as a former Democrat, I knew that this guy had extreme lying problems. Pathological liar. I could see that. I can spot a pathological liar a mile away because I used to be in advertising. I met a lot of them in advertising. They're flim-flam artists. They're a dime a dozen in the advertising world, but Barack Obama somehow migrated to the top of the heap of scumbags and became our president. A doctor is ready to perform a first human head transplant. Here we go.
Are you sitting tight?
I am.
I'm about to give you one hell of a ride. First of all, I will give you all no ice.
You know, this kind of reminds me of a Rodney Dangerfield joke where he says, "Hey, did I tell you the one about the guy who got a little head? I'll tell you. I got no respect." It's just, I don't think we need to talk about head transplants. That's insane. I'm not a flim-flam artist. Quite the opposite. I'm an honest advertiser. In fact, I had to leave the industry because it was too dang corrupted by these flim-flam artists. Every time I walk in and say, "Hey, I can get you a TV commercial for $1," people thought I was a joke. They thought I was scamming them or something. They didn't want to pay it low buck or low dollar for an item. They wanted to get screwed. I have a lot of great ideas. Well, it's too bad you haven't told anybody who I am. It's too bad you don't get your head out of your computer or just post our link around the internet. I mean, come on, man. I'm not in any way a con artist. Well, people thought I was a joke when I went into sell them advertising for $1 a spot. They couldn't believe it. They thought I was kidding them. Or you see, when an honest guy comes up with a great deal, people are so burned by dishonest people like Barack Obama that they don't even believe anything anyone says. That's what's going on. 151, get out. Same with 157. Forbes, Amaroot. Click the feature button. Oh, really? What feature button? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, you many guests over at iBlog can click a feature button and get me featured. Yes. You want to hear about a guy replacing his head?
Will certainly prove that all the experts know is wrong, and show that transplanting a head onto a new body is feasible in man.
Okay, Dr. Frankenstein, that was really, really well thought out, and I appreciate Newsweek representing that. Took me 7 hours to get in the chat, David. MLG No Scope, thank you for telling me. You have an exclusive for me? What is it? You represent the third world. Okay, what would you like to say? Okay, well, 991, you go ahead and sit back and watch while I take the America by storm. It's just a question of time. I'm reaching critical mass right now with people watching me all around the world. I'll take a look at that, Mr. MLG. YouTube versus Illuminati. That looks like something we could play later tonight, like a Fight Club show. I'll do that. Thank you for supporting me. I know. Well, the mainstream media has only a 7% approval rating. The average American, 75% of us don't trust Donald or Hillary. Congress has a 9% approval rating. Facebook goes full Orwellian, now blocking all stories mentioning the keyboard phrase vaccinations. MND triad and vaccinations. So apparently Facebook has the ability to lock out anything with these words in it. They're trying to filter all your information because the Orwellian plan, or the plan of the Illuminati, if you will, is to vaccinate the population, stick us with nanoparticles that are RFID chip the entire population as well, and then slowly kill us off with tumor-producing products called Nagalase. See, Nagalase is in every single vaccine. I'll spell it for you so you can Google it. Nagalase is commonly found where tumors are growing. So why wouldn't you simply say, don't vaccinate me. I don't want this tumor-producing product in my body. Well, you don't say it because you're not told this. And now, shill, the ultimate shill of all times, libertarian candidate, Mr. Third-Party shill, Gary Johnson, has just said he's sold out to Big Pharma, saying children should be forcibly injected with mercury at gunpoint, claims government science overrides medical freedom. I mean, this is insane. There is no government science behind vaccinations. They are false reports. There's no guarantee they're going to work. The pollution they're putting in your bloodstream is the ultimate violation. It's the ultimate refusal to respect your body. It's terrible. It's the worst thing they could do. And this is what Hillary wants. And this is what Gary Johnson wants. I'm sure Donald Trump would probably be okay with it if it meant more poll readings his way. The government will not tell you this. That's right. My highest level of education, I would have to say, was a college course I took in screenwriting. CBD numbers are wrong. Yeah, I got this article last night. Yeah. The cannabinoid levels that you get in modern, what are called medicinals, which are produced to help give you the benefits of cannabinoid oil, these things are mismarked according to Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. There's Mike again, informing the American people. That's what he does. There you go again. I don't think Hillary is a woman of great seizures, blackouts, and memory loss. Now, exoskeleton allows you to feel inside VR. Here I don't even have a VR headset. I feel lost and all alone, you know? I'm kind of behind the times. I'm still running my Xbox 360. We don't have anybody else who wants to say something at YouTube? Okay. It's okay. Well, that's phenomenal. A 6-hour and 24-minute video about absolute proof about JFK. I'm shocked that they have something that long. I'll have to add that to my list. Technology Thursday is almost a mashup of incredible technology that we do every night. I don't know how I could even store that anywhere. We bring it in using the benefits of Google, the playlists that they create. I like Google, don't get me wrong, but we've got to break up the monopoly known as Google. Hillary is related to the Rothschilds, yes. So is Bill. Bill is the illegitimate son of one of the Rothschilds. Oh, it's all a fixed game. You're the voter. You're the one who's going to make that decision. When you say you want to vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, you're basically flushing your entire future down the toilet. You're voting for the New World Order, the very same thing that these people want. You know, Stephen Molyneux is an AdSense whore. I don't really think I really need to comment about somebody who just rakes in money left and right on YouTube. You may love him and you may like the fact that he cries all the time. But I don't think that's funny. We need people to really go out there and speak the truth, not cater it just to the YouTube fearmonger audience. Well, I'll tell you how Nixon became president. Richard Nixon filled out a questionnaire as a young man. They put an ad in the newspaper in the LA Times, and he was living in Whittier at the time, and he filled out a newspaper ad that said, "Are you willing to do anything to become president?" And he filled it out and he won. People don't know that about Richard Nixon. But one of the powerful elitists at the time put this newspaper ad out and he filled it out. You know, the same guy that wrote "Yours truly" or "Your dog, Dick" to his mom when he wrote a letter. He wrote that letter to the newspaper, and he got the opportunity to become the president of the United States. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? I haven't gotten any time. We will be focusing on the 2020 election, but if you can't get me in the media, this will be the same repeat in 2019 as we've done in 2012 and 2008. We're just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Bunny, they're out to get me. My fellow Americans, I want to tell you about the story of how I entered politics. When my good friend Baby Rabosa handed me a joint and I smoked it, I said, "Baby, I'm getting a little high." Well, how about you? I can't get the media. I'm one of you. I'm telling you, I'm a representative of you. You're looking at yourself when you look at, had you done this for the past 8 years, you'd be in the same boat I am. HAARP will deploy more chemtrails for us to breathe, yeah. You're going to get that with the New World Order? Thank you, Guest 307. I want to make this perfectly clear. We are a strong nation. I would never swat anyone. I've never done that. Don't even accuse me of that. Well, he wasn't a frat, yeah, but he was desperate for, he wanted attention. He was born, his mother rejected him. Your loving dog, Dick. That's what he wrote in his letter to his mother. Your loving dog, Dick. Well, I think that goes back to Plato's Republic. You see, Plato didn't like the work that Socrates and Aristotle had done. And he pretty much decided that we all needed to cater to a republic of sorts. We couldn't pursue our individual identities like Socrates had tried to achieve. I believe Plato did invent politics because he created a world above the world, or a metacognitive world that doesn't even have any contact with reality. Ergo, Congress, a group of whores, simply willing to do whatever somebody with $6,000 donation money to their campaign asked them to do. A couple made billions by hoarding California's fragile, drought-stricken water supply. Check this out. His mother loved the dog. No, he thought he was a dog. His mother mistreated him. Richard Nixon had an inferiority complex. Yes. You didn't know that? Well, I'm not a psychologist, but I would go so far as to say that he was suffering from vagina envy. Kind of like Trump. Trump suffers from something. I don't know what, but he has all the earmarked symptoms of vagina envy. And Hillary has all the symptoms of penis envy. You should ask a doctor and see if they can sort that out for you. Vagina envy comes with a person who's obsessed with their name. Trump this, Trump that, Trump ties, Trump Plaza, Trump whatever. Couple made billions. Hoarding California's fragile water supply. Look at this. We reported a couple weeks ago that Nestle's bought 29 million gallons of fresh water from Mount Shasta for $574. In the midst of California's ongoing drought, why do a pair of billionaires have access to more water than all of LA households combined? That's what many Californians are wondering, and the answer lies in the shrewd business practices and paid-for political influence wielded by Stuart and Linda Resnick, a couple whose California agricultural empire is worth an estimated $4.2 billion. The Resnicks, who bought the first piece of California farmland in 1978, have since amassed a staggering fortune by becoming the world's biggest almond and pistachio growers and packagers. The couple's nut business now rakes in $5 billion in sales per year from their $130,000 acre operation in the Central Valley. And to keep the cash rolling in, it requires lots of water. Yeah, those almonds and pistachios are not easy to grow without water. They use 120 billion gallons of water yearly. Yeah, through their clever manipulation of political muscle, they've managed to acquire the rights to use this water, much of which is actually paid for by the taxpayers. See, we have no representation. That's what they're going to do. They're going to walk all over the American people. So we, as Americans, keep doing this every night because we are not going to give up. We're going to keep pushing for political representation, and we're going to get it eventually. We're going to reach critical mass eventually, and everybody around the world who's talking about us, it's going to bounce back somehow, and the media will have to cover this story and give the American people a voice in Washington. I will have an open chat room at the White House every day for 1 hour. And we'll have a 24/7 chat room at the White House where you can come in and just hang out, talk politics, post things to vote on, polls. So this is a movement that can't be stopped. We can't stop. And we won't stop.
Stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, 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 and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop.
So let's be clear. In this coming election year, please vote for David Sponheim. America's Good Party.
For president. We can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop, and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop, and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop.
First we hit 'em low, then we hit 'em high. Underrated, but we made it to the finish line. Rhymes designed to combine and intertwine. Spring to the summer, fall, even winter time. Beats banging harder, then head-on collisions. We make incisions with precision and quick decisions, causing double visions. If you ain't up to speed, you need to speed it up on the piano read.
We can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop, and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop, and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, 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 and we won't stop.
In this coming election year, please vote for David Sponheim. America's Good Party.
Hey, Sarah, you did turn it off, right? Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, everyone, we're going to talk about some important issues right here. Thank you for dancing with me. I got a cure for cancer coming up. This is what Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid thought you should pay per year for your health insurance. $7,700 per year, and that was 2009. Are you threatening me? You're threatening us? This gives me an opportunity to get my anti-threat device out. I do have the nudist vote, yes. A lot of people want to keep their nudist colonies going, and we don't see any problem with people having private gated communities where they can be nude. We don't talk about people like him on our show. Okay, yes, we have good. We have uploaded the video we made. This is how amazing our technology is, by the way. It is up and running. You can go to my YouTube site, youtube.com/David John Sponheim, Jon. And you can see the video we just made. Zucchini lasagna, everybody, is available for dine-in. David, how do nudists get away with being nude in front of their beep beep? Most families don't go to those colonies anymore. No, there's a lot of concern about that. It's mostly just adult colonies. I don't know, I've never been to an adult nudist colony. I've never been to a nudist colony. I wouldn't trust going to a nudist colony now that people have cell phones. Back in the day, you'd always have, Uncle Bill with a camera, and he'd have a Polaroid, and he'd hand you the photographs. He wasn't taking them in. It's like, oh, could I take a picture of you? I read about this. And now anybody could be taking your picture and you wouldn't even know it. And you're like butt naked out in front of everybody. Let's take a look at this EpiPen. Yeah, this is the story I wanted to talk about. Nobody can afford $7,700 a year. Obamacare has got to be nullified. We definitely need to get rid of Obamacare any way we can. It's got to stop. We do have to stop that. Now, the Mylan CEO, who's in charge of the EpiPen, the pay rose over 600% for this CEO, as the EpiPen price rose 400%. These are people with absolute death situations if they eat a peanut. I wouldn't want Uncle Bill. I understand Uncle Bill's a biter too. Yeah, Obamacare just lost another major provider. I'm not sure who it was. United left about 2 months ago, but there's a new provider that just left. Was it Cigna? Somebody's leaving Obamacare, and it's a major provider. Who's Bill Sponheim? I don't know who that is. Yeah, so she is a daughter of a U.S. senator, this woman who's now breaking in the dough. EpiPen prices aren't the only thing that are going to jump at Milan. Executive salaries went stratospheric. Proxy filings show that from 2007 to 2015, the Milan CEO, Heather Bresch, daughter of a U.S. senator, total compensation went from $2.5 million to $18.9 or $19 million a year. A 671% increase. During the same period, the company raised EpiPen's prices with an average wholesale price going from $56 now up to $317 for an EpiPen. A 461% increase according to data provided by Connecture. There you have it, everybody. This is total money grabbing, and it's right now in your face. If you don't get Hillary and Donald out of this picture, we are going to get screwed. Neither one of them has a public option. We have the mobile medical unit plan and a public option on our website. And this is our idea. This is not Donald's. We had this idea in 2008. He stole it from us. Uncle Bill with the Polaroid camera is now Uncle Bill with a secret headset where he's wearing Google glasses. Have you heard of these Google glasses? They were brand new technology. Now Google won't even talk about them because everyone was called a glasshole who wore them. Apparently you could put glasses on and see all kinds of things with video cameras, and you'd have an interface, and I'm watching porn right now. Whoa, that's pretty good stuff. Oh, sorry. That'd be pretty funny if it really was projection porn on your glasses as you're walking around. I don't do that. Well, I'm sure they'll let you play a lot of things without your hands. Trump stole 14 of my ideas. Yeah, I know. You've been quantifying them, I know. I'm still at 10, but I know he stole a couple more ideas recently, like the 24/7 chat show. He said 3 months after I announced I was going to do a 24/7 chat at whitehouse.gov, he said he was going to do a 24/7 chat at whitehouse.gov. Well, these aren't silly ideas, for one. 557. I checked my IQ exam, and I checked it. I've got all the specifics on it now. Apparently, my intelligence is like a sculpture. I'm really, really intelligent in one specific area. It's a cognitive area of intelligence that gives me the ability to look at a large picture. It's like inductive thinking. I've got a systems genius. So because of that, I am the perfect guy to present silly ideas to you every night. I am compelled to tell you these silly ideas that, sillily enough, will save this nation billions of dollars. This is a bypass to the high rising cost of healthcare. This takes the relief off the ER and trauma care units that are screwing you, American citizens, over every time you go in for a checkup. Nope, never had a homosexual experience. I have the ability to see the forest from the trees. It gives me a unique quality of leadership, I think. And I can tell you one thing, if you get a person with my particular genius in the White House, you will see some major efficiency changes. For instance, modern technology has virtually eliminated the assessor's office, but we still see the assessor's office in every county. They're still driving around with their little cars, assessing the value of your house and taxing you ridiculous amounts. Well, we've got simple, on-screen programmed formulas to find out the value of your house. You go to realtor.com and find this information out. So why is it these people at the assessor's office are even working? I'm going to streamline all government. I can't change county and state government, but I can make a recommendation, and I will do so as president. My comprehensive plan to all the governors will include a chance for them to eliminate their assessor's office and a utility that they can use as a benchmark for assessing the value of homes. And we're also going to encourage property tax reform as well, very similar to Howard Jarvis's plan back in the 1970s. Yes, everything's intact. I'm 100% male. Maybe I should work out during the show. It'd be kind of fun. Get my testosterone going here. All right, David, I heard you were looking for a browser that could block Flash video. Most of the browsers that support add-ons have Flash blockers you can install. Okay. Excellent. Well, I'll try Firefox then. Thank you, Guess500, over at iBlog. I'll see if there's a Flash blocker in the extension browser search query. Well, I haven't eaten dinner. I have a problem. My system is so slow, it's not even funny. I eat a teaspoon of ice cream and gain weight. So I have an incredibly, it's almost super efficient, my system, because I'm Scandinavian, people who are Scandinavian. I'm using Chrome over there, yeah. And by the way, XSplit just added a brand new version. We added it over here, and I think we fixed our problem. We're testing it out right now. I've got another computer over here that I do our show from. Whoops, there's a mattress I have on the door. You saw my secret, how I keep the noise from getting in the other room. But yeah, we have a new computer over here. You can see it opening. It's running XSplit, and I'm going to use that to record the actual chat. There's no blood on the mattress. I don't swear at all. I have said the F word out of extreme frustration in my life. but I try to make a point of not using it. The lit keyboard is cool. That whole computer over there is starting to take shape. With the new XSplit add-on, or the brand new update that they just did, and they amazingly, I checked it today and I downloaded it. There you go. So Mozilla has a flash block. Excellent. Thank you. We might have this thing fixed on Mozilla. I prefer Firefox anyway. Requires a restart. Okay, I will keep it ready to go after the show. I'll set it up. Thanks, Scissorfight. You know, I've never used a C-bomb, no. What is that? Who wants to take over the world? Donald? Well, that's because he ran out of money. Well, apparently he made a lot of money recently, $63 million, but nobody knows where he spent it. He's not doing any TV advertising that I know of. Have you seen him on a TV advertisement? They say that he's not doing any TV advertising and he's not reporting to the FEC, so maybe he's paying off some outstanding debt with that money he got donated to his campaign, which is totally illegal. We know he bought, $55,000 worth of his own books with his campaign funds, which is, if he doesn't use them to go back into the campaign and report it, it's totally illegal. Check this out. The Jesuit Pope is now calling for carbon taxes. He supports abortion, and he's openly calling for the world government. Oh, and by the way, he doesn't believe in hell, but he's obsessed with the devil. Could it be Satan? I don't like Pope Francis. As you know, I'm the guy who is openly against him. Donald has been borrowing my animosity toward him. When I found out he worshipped Lucifer, it was like shocking to me. Yeah. You keep Shockwave crashing on your computer that uses Chrome? No, Shockwave doesn't necessarily crash on Chrome. Chrome does a pretty good auto update on Java and Flash. It's the only one that does. Yeah, everything in the Dow Jones is just sitting there. It's down a few points, down 30 something. A younger Dave. Sheriff Woody, what do you got? You got a guy who thinks he looks like me, and he's younger. Let me see if I can get into that headspace. Well, I just got 20 years younger. This is great. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I will be your host today. A much younger Dave. That's a pretty close match. Sexy. I don't like Beekman. He's a chicken hawk Republican. Chris, you can't do that here. This is your last warning. Chris got banned. Another one bites the dust. Yeah. Scientists discover a cancer-fighting berry on a tree that only grows in the far north Queensland. You've heard of the cancer-curing yew tree. Well, apparently this berry is very, very good. Rapid cancer reductions, properties, fighting properties. People are going to be wanting to move to Queensland. An ATHIA study by Dr. Glenn Boyle from the QMR Bogaffa Medical Research Institute in Brisbane found a compound in the berry could kill head and neck tumors as well as melanomas. This is really good news. An experimental drug derived from the berry, EBC46. Let me write that down for you guys to Google it. If you know anybody with neck tumors or melanomas, EBC46 shows promise. I will never ban all people who disagree with me. Unlike Trump, who said that he would prosecute anybody who disagreed with him in the media, I would never do that. A 350-foot mega yacht has arrived. They finished it. Some pretty cool features. I can't wait to find out I was looking for a new yacht. I'm tired of the one I have. This is perfect. Thank you. There's my new home, everybody. Is that a swimming pool on the front deck? Is that in the bow of this beautiful boat, is that a swimming pool? I love it. I love it. Let's take a jacuzzi, darling, in the bow. And then we'll mix drinks. It'd be wonderful. Simply divine. Imagine how it would be to live like the super rich. I can't. I could live like the super poor. That I can do. A new yacht. What do you say we look for the new yacht, darling? What, Beekman and Chicken Hawk Republicans don't do anything for me. I'm not gay. Oh, darling, my tie is shaving. Makeup. Oh, there's more pics, really. Okay. I was thinking of the Ultimate Railroad. Yeah, that's a Dow Chemical commercial that they proposed to humanize the face of Dow Chemical. Isn't that amazing? That they thought, the advertising people and PR people at Dow thought this would really humanize the look of Dow Chemical. I thought that was really bizarre. Anyone having problems about whether they want to vote for Hillary can watch her have a seizure here. The first episode is a seizure. The second is her pretending to just move her head around. We've pretty much identified the possibility that she has major problems with her brain. I will not know if I have a Waffen's Air Force. I'm not threatening anyone. I just think he's a chicken hawk Republican. I'm entitled to my opinion. Yeah, where's her diazepam injector? Hillary, would you like her an injector now? You can see her having a discussion with world leaders and starting to shake all around, twitch her head. Yeah, that's going to not be too good for our country. It's bad enough having a woman who is clearly suffering from penis envy, let alone a woman who's got wants to put us in war, who's shaking her head with a seizure at the same time. No, that was a Dow Chemical advertising. Okay, let's set up the yacht for more pictures. Thank you. All right, this is the yacht of the future. We're looking at new technology, folks. No, we're not going to unban him. He's done for the duration of his existence. I have not decided whether I'm going to have a Waffen's SS Air Force. No. Can I get back to you later on that? Is that okay? Hillary, cocaine versus David, marijuana. Bengalitis, you're pretty funny. He contributed a lot to the show. Who, Beekman? No, he was of no value. Yeah, I hate Dow, Scro. I had a big argument when I was 7 years old with a Dow Chemical representative who came to my elementary school. And you can see this little 7-year-old boy screaming in the background, calling Dow poisonous company in 1967. It was actually 69. I think I was 9 years old. Okay. The Herai Design Studios created plans for the 108-meter huge super yacht concept with some premium features. Pretty special. Pretty special. Classic monohull design, which has a unique combination of elegance and modernity in a Scandinavian design, according to the agency. Look at that. Look at that. That's better than my Glomar Explorer. I love it. I want one. The helicopter pad is fantastic. Folks, I'm kidding. I don't have a yacht. I don't really want a yacht. It's all a big joke. But man, that is one yacht. It looks a little top heavy. I'm not sure if it's safe. Is it safe? Sloped wading pool with waves. This is just one more example of the boat's embracing of its natural surroundings. Oh yeah, you got to have a wading pool on your yacht. I love it. Oh, we'll never have something like that, you and I. The upper deck, a garden and infinity pool would provide a peaceful place to relax. Oh yes, don't miss the infinity pool on board. It's probably a seawater pool too. The views speak for themselves. From another deck above that. Wow. Darling, could you hand me a martini, please? Have James fix me 2 martinis and come down and join me in the infinity pool. This reminds me of Jeffrey Epstein's Orgy Island suite that he has for Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Why do Dave's eyes always look wasted? I don't know. I'm wondering about that. Yes, anybody who has information about who swatted us, please send it to americasthirdparty@gmail.com. Thank you. Stoned Immaculate. Billionaire sex offender Epstein once claimed he co-founded the Clinton Foundation. It's a small town. It's a small world after all. At Orgy Island, Bill and Donald are friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, look at this. The connections, the people. Donald Trump, is on Jeffrey Epstein's guest list. His blacklist that he actually had with his name in it. No, there is no reward for any proof, no. Sarah's around. She's just... Oh, no, it's okay. There is no repeat material on this show. Attorneys for convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein touted his close relationship with Bill Clinton and even claimed the billionaire helped start Clinton's controversial family foundation in 2007. Letter aimed at boosting his image during plea negotiations, according to Fox News. No, I'm not Alex Jones. If I was Alex Jones, I would be sounding more like this.
The 23-page letter, written by high-powered lawyers Alan Dershowitz, was apparently part of an ultimately successful bid to negotiate a plea deal before Epstein could be tried for using underage girls in a sex ring based in Palm Beach, Florida, and his private island estate on the 72-acre Virgin Islands, home dubbed Orgy Island. And the problem is, everybody who's going to this island is one of the Bilderbergers, and they're also meeting with the Bohemian Grove Society.
I actually sounded more like the radio show guy that was my mentor, who discovered me, who also discovered Jimi Hendrix. He used to sound like this.
You're listening to WWW Radio International.
He sounded like that. It's horrible. I published a news story today to Webb explaining why Hillary should not be elected. Zoni. Let's take a look. Let me salute to the eagle, first off. Oh, say, can you say... There we go. David Holland. Donald Trump, better choice for U.S. president, as Hillary Clinton having epileptic seizures makes her medically unfit for such an important position. Ding, 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 ding. Alert, 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 alert. Zoni, you, of all people, should never do that in my show. Ever. You understand? You've been muted, man. We do not allow you to support Donald Trump here. What the hell's your problem?
David Sponheim would make a better president than either Hillary or Trump, as Hillary is suffering from seizures and Trump is putting his foot in his mouth and saying mean things.
All right. Scroll down for the recipe. Let's take a look. KFC's secret recipe? Oh my gosh. It's no longer a secret, everybody. Somebody in the inside of the KFC operation has revealed the amazing recipe that KFC's been known for years. Question is, does it include any artificial ingredients? 11 spices. Wow. Thyme, basil, oregano. Oh man, it's all there. Sarah. 3 tablespoons of white pepper. A tablespoon of ground ginger. Wow. That's fantastic. It's amazing what the social media will do.
No, not at all, Super Chief.
Okay, I've got to get rid of this mobile medical thing. It's just getting a little stale on the show. But you know that I've got the mobile medical idea covered. We're going to make that happen for you.
You got it.
Donald can't make it happen. He doesn't even know what a mobile medical unit is. When he stole the idea from us, he wasn't even unaware of its existence. He just said, "We're going to make mobile medical units like David's show said." Okay.
Oh, yeah, you like to soak your chicken in buttermilk. Yeah, some people do that for frying. .436, David doesn't like Beekman for whatever reason. I don't really know, but...
Make a note on that.
Okay, why?
That's working now. Isn't that cool? XSplit did an update.
Oh.
I look good in this office. Yes,
You
I know.
want me to do this, or you want...
If you could, yeah, just hang in there and just get that.
Absolutely. Reason, I don't really know. But...
Make a note on that. Are we getting bleeded?
Because it's coming from YouTube right there. Okay, why?
That's working now. Isn't that cool? XSplit did an update. Let me mute it. Thank you. Okay, I muted it. I don't want a cabinet position in his administration. I don't understand why you people are willing to just cave in to the two powers that control our political system. I don't know if you can even begin to assess how corrupt our country is, but you as a voter, if you vote for Donald or Hillary in this election, you are part of the problem. That is the essential problem in America today. People that keep doing the same things expecting different results. You can't expect to vote for the two parties and expect a change in our country. You're going to get the same thing, but it's going to be rammed harder down your throat and faster up your you-know-what. If you're voting for Trump, you are probably a mistaken individual who's lost your way. Sarah hardly uses her cell phone. I don't have a cell phone. I canceled my cell phone system. I don't want to work on Trump's voice. I don't like Trump. I would talk to Bernie. I can handle talking to him. I say, "Hi, Bernie, how do you like your new Audi R8? Why are you asking me these questions? Are you accusing me of being a rich person? No, Bernie, I just was wondering why you got an Audi and your third house worth $600,000. Well, it sounds to me like you're accusing me of something. I will work on Donald Trump's voice, but I have to go into the bowels of hell to pull it out of my voice box. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. I've had problems with it. It comes from a very dark place. A greedy man who's had his whole life handed to him on a silver platter. Your son wants an R8? Tell him to get a job. Buying an Audi for $600, we tried that. Sarah bought she bought a BMW for $800 one time, and it didn't run. But man, the technology in that car was beautiful. The 1998 BMW. And the guy said, well, it starts, and he got it to run for like 3 seconds, and then it kicked down, and we ended up selling it to a mechanic. Because we couldn't even begin to fix the problem. Even a master mechanic was like, I told Sarah, don't ever get a BMW because of the electrical problems. So we'll never do that. It's too much to fix, yeah. Really, the Seattle Seahawks are playing the Dallas Cowboys right now, Dave. I did not know that. Dave with the Bernie glasses. That's a forbidden image. Let's take a look at something that just came in the room. It looks like the coolest hibachi you'll ever see in your life. Check this out, Sarah. I could wear this as a headdress. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
That's bizarre. Amazing. Yeah, sure.
Isn't it amazing? Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. All right. Yeah, I gave up on the Seahawks when they blew that game and let the Mafia rig that entire Super Bowl 3 years ago. What happens when a shopping cart hits a wall at 72 miles an hour? You want to find out?
No.
Well, that's what our show is about. If you don't want to find out, then why are you even here? We actually do this on a nightly basis. We bring in links. It's one of the things we do. I know that's kind of foreign, but here it is. It crashed into a car 18 kilometers per hour. Whoa. Good bounce back. I'm with Sarah on this one. I really don't even want to see it. It's not important.
It's what you do.
All right. Please get better links than that. That sucked.
Thanks, Captain Howdy. They were just sitting on a cliff. That's an interesting reptoid.
Yeah, that's not working for me.
Yeah.
That site auto loads. It probably wouldn't even work. You're recording the game for me? What, on TiVo or something? All right.
Or he's recording the chat. I don't know.
I don't know.
Hello, Inventor Jim Genius over at iBlog.
I'll be back.
Okay, sounds good. Enjoy your break. I'll be looking at links that you have and maybe saving some and getting rid of others. Hello, Antique. Hiya, 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 Mad Dog. Alright, David always seems to cut my side off. Right there, there we go. Better. I think David said hi. I don't really know. Oh. Alright, if you say so, Captain Howdy. I'm not really that interested in it. Sure, if you want the KFC recipe, I'm gonna get rid of this one too. And then I'm gonna get rid of that. Get rid of this Flash Block add-ons. No, I don't need that. Scientists discover cancer-fighting berry on tree that only grows. I think I'll save this one. Definitely, that seems pretty cool. Let me put all of these over here. Just changing my screen real estate around so I could show you what I'm seeing. No, I don't have any kind of medical report for David. David is in great health. He doesn't go see a doctor for anything. I tried to acknowledge Mad Dog. Thank you. I don't know, Walton. Maybe men are intimidated by women. That might be the case. No, 891. Thank you. Alright, I'm going to... Do I want to save... I'll just leave that KFC recipe thing up. Add screen capture. To see a little bit of my links. Alright, scientists discover a cancer-fighting berry on a tree that grows only grows in the far north Queensland. Okay, I think I will save this link. 436, I'm not saying anything about Beekman. All I know is that for some reason, and I don't know what the reason is, David doesn't like Beekman. I haven't seen David do twitching like Hillary does. Yes, I do have smooth skin. I'm lucky, and I also use a good skincare product. I would say that Beekman definitely says things that gets under David's skin for some reason. Bedtime. Good night, Kool-Aid Anthrax. I will be joining you shortly. Well, not joining you, but I will be going to bed shortly. I guess that's the case, Drumstick. At least for David it is. Alright, and then tags is Cancer, Queensland. Very. Alright. Well, he was banned on this site, Bengalitis Bowl from David, yes. You're gonna go try the tables at Bally's tonight? You have Bally's near you? That'll be fun. Already saved it, I'm gonna close out of it. This is really interesting from Natural News. I don't know if I'm gonna bookmark anything from Natural News because I figure David can always go to see Natural News. Your concerns are not valid. Where are you, Mad Dog, in Vegas or something? I understand that 436, but I'm not gonna go there anymore. All right. Oh, that's funny. I'm just gonna put all the Natural News ones together. Is this Natural News too? Yeah, I'll put all the Natural News links together. I'm not going to bookmark any of them. I'll have David do that. Are we talking about TV? I'm not talking about TV. What can regular lemonade treats, kidney stone? Oh, lemonade treat. So lemonade helps relieve arthritis, kidney stones, and more. That's interesting. Yes, David has no medical history. Interesting engineering, that's pretty good. I don't know if it's worth it. Gonna close that. Forbes. Continue to the article, let's see. Nope, David has no medical history, Captain Howdy. It is possible, Mad Dog. That's definitely possible. Is that a Forbes? So, you know, I just go with the flow. This is Newsweek. Doctor ready to perform first human head transplant. Okay, it's kind of interesting, but I don't know if we need that. Would David bookmark it? Probably. Politico. No, not worth saving. Another thing on Natural News. Where's... Yes, making a sandwich. What link do you want? I'm just showing you the links. If you want me to give you a specific link, you can ask for it. 4 more mega banks join the anti-dollar alliance. David already went through these. Okay. French bank paid $9 billion because they violated U.S. law, even though, so he fined Obama administration in 2014 fined the French bank BNP Paribas for doing business with countries that the U.S. doesn't like, Cuba and Iran, even though the French bank wasn't violating any French laws. If they didn't pay, the U.S. government threatened to kick them out of the U.S. banking system. They had to pay a $9 billion fine or get kicked out of the U.S. banking system. Yes, a long time ago, 607. How about Zero? I'll come back to that. Vimeo. Project Soli, world's tiniest violin. That's cute, but I don't know if it's worth saving. Oh. Will David release his tax returns for you? He doesn't have any. Has no medical history. No tax history to speak of. None recent, at least. No recent medical history or tax history. She boils bananas before bed and drinks the liquid. You won't believe what happens to her sleep. But I don't know if I would boil bananas because of the toxicity. The stuff that they soak the bananas in these days is pretty gross. Oh my goodness, you guys have some really disgusting questions that I'm just going to ignore it. Hopefully you'll go away. Okay, gross stuff in French fries, nice to know. Healthy life feed. Scientists have approved of an herb more powerful than any medicine against cancer. What? Is an herb? What? I've got to see the name of this herb. Soursop is a native herb to Central and South America and is now cultivated in Peru, Venezuela, Mexico, Colombia, and the Caribbean. It has powerful anti-cancer properties. It selectively destroys cancer cells and has been reported to be 10,000 times more powerful than any type of chemotherapy drug. That's pretty cool. Alright, and no one's chatting over at Battlecam. Good. Sure. Certain things bother me. Alright. I think I'm going to minimize this. And then I'll look at these other links that David has. Oh. No, I'll cancel. I won't close all 9 tabs here. I just want to minimize them. Alright. Oh, really? Well, I suppose they would give to whoever they choose to give to, right? Screen capture. This is information about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, you can get rid of that.
Okay.
That story's been recycling on the blogosphere so long, and yet it doesn't get any mainstream media play.
At least it did at one point.
I don't think so.
Oh, what is this, like futuristic?
That's a yacht. Check it out. Go to the top of the
This
page.
is a yacht?
It's the most super yacht ever created.
Wow.
Isn't that neat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nicer
Pretty
than our
cool.
canoe, you know. It's slightly bigger than our canoe.
Slightly.
Let's just put it that way. I mean, with the blow-up mattress, it almost competes, but not quite.
Pretty cool. I'll leave that open for you.
Yeah. I'm working on a triple-decker canoe with a fold-out tent. That would be kind of cool, with pontoons. I'll be back.
Okay.
Thanks,
Sounds
Judy.
good. Thank you.
I'm just going to do a little water.
Ancient elixirs to stay young and beautiful. That's pretty cool. I'll check those out. Please don't threaten me. Actually, I should say, don't threaten me. Get out of here. You mean David loves Sarah with all her imperfections? Right, Mad Dog? Alright. Sorry I wasn't following the chat. Ignored it. Beekman, you're fine with me. David doesn't like you for some reason. I think he doesn't like the name Beekman. So why don't you choose a different username and come in and see, is it the username Beekman because David has some kind of strange association with that name and doesn't like that username? Or is it the personality of you that David doesn't like? I don't know. You're not Beekman? Then why do you keep talking about Beekman? You think the real Beekman is busy right now? So he sends in other people to talk about him? I don't know. But David, yes, Beekman is full of sass, and David doesn't like that. Possibly, yes. Yes, the TV show Scientists from the 1990s. Didn't they also, well, they also had a puppet named Beaker. Beekman does tend to be an antagonist. He tends to do things that frustrate David, so that's why it happens. David has a couple male friends, yes. What would I like to do at YouGov? None of it. Yeah, Beaker was a science puppet, I guess. I did not see Donna Shalala defending the Clinton Foundation on PBS last night. I'm sure she is full of things if she's defending that. Not particularly. Cucumbers aren't my favorite vegetable. I prefer zucchinis, yellow squash, tomatoes. Okay, this is one of those natural news sites. Oh yes, I think I remember Beekman's World. Do I grow my own vegetables? We have grown artichokes and bell peppers this year. We haven't grown a lot because my soil tends to not be very good around here. So I have to grow everything in containers or in raised gardens or something like that. David did not make a sandwich, but that's pretty funny. Inventor Jim. Genius. Oh gosh. I'm not even going to leave that open. It happens all the time, Mad Dog, right? You think, well, David could eat a whole cow by himself, one forkful at a time. That's very good advice, Master Meatball, to put fish into the compost. So, EpiPen execs are under fire. Salaries soar as the lawmakers demand price hike probe. So EpiPen prices aren't the only thing to go up at the company Milan. Executive salaries have also seen a stratospheric uptick. Proxy filings show that from 2007 to 2015, Milan CEO Heather Breschel's total compensation went from $2 million to $18.9 million. Nearly 700%. Oh, thank you, Captain Howdy. I guess that would be good for Mad Dog to know since he works in the morgue. Why can't we have an intellectual conversation, Master Meatball? Is because I'm always reading the news. Or I just don't answer the phone. That's probably it. I hope that there are many intelligent women out there. I don't necessarily know. I have a few good friends. I could 518, but I'm not going to ban anyone. David is not anti-Semitic. He is against funding big bucks, not just to Israel, but to any other country. He believes that our money should be spent in the United States on U.S. citizens. Yeah. I wonder if it's our society, Master Meatball, has like this issue with like they promote women to not be intelligent, something like that. Is the universe infinite or finite, teacher? I grew up believing that the universe was infinite, or especially, I'm not sure if I grew up to believe that the universe was infinite or the universe was given as an example of infinity when I was learning about this symbol for infinity. So that's kind of, I believe that for a long time. Some people think that the universe is infinite, or is finite, and they believe that it's like almost like a sphere, spherical in nature, mainly because of the other objects in the universe that are spherical in nature. I think it's kind of like, and especially with the spiral issues, that maybe there's a spiral that goes on and on and on. If you start a spiral like the Fibonacci square that continues forever. Who cares what the universe is? That information will never affect one's existence. It is important that I like my existence, that I'm grateful that I'm able to get up, walk around, and enjoy time with you guys. Okay, You understand that? But what about our international treaties? Shouldn't we give help to some countries? I think that our internet. No, I would say no. Until the U.S. citizenry is cared for, I think then it can be up to the U.S. citizens to determine whether we give help to other countries. Thank you, Shooting Star. I appreciate the compliment. I'll take it as a compliment. Well, you can want those things all you want, 607. And your money, frankly, is not... That don't impress me much.
I'm going to check the... Thank you. We were looking at technologies last night. Big time technologies.
I closed a bunch of your browsers.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Well, I bookmarked certain things and then closed it. And then I got all the natural news stuff together because I'm not going to bookmark any of the natural news stuff.
It's just too much.
It's like you can just go to that site if you really want that.
I agree. Yeah, there was a chicken girl last night. Let me show you this woman. Did you see this?
Did you ban Meow TV too?
No, I didn't ban it. I want to show you a video of a woman who claims that she's a hybrid human who's in touch with a chicken alien force.
A lot of people had very terrifying experiences, or that it was like physically hurtful in ways.
Yeah.
But then by the time they got to my generation and me, it was a lot more exciting.
Yeah.
So in those first years after 3 years old, I was on the ship just kind of exploring and getting used to it. And I'd go up with my family, and I remember going up with them, so it was kind of
like a family outing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Just spaceship for the night.
Yeah.
So she really believes that she was taken into a spaceship and transported to another area, and it's a bizarre story. Somebody was trying to give me proof that aliens exist, and I found that interesting. That she's had this transcendental experience that has given her the knowledge that she's part chicken and part hybrid alien. You know, so.
I think so.
Next question.
Well, okay, well, I think that's correct context.
How to make your teeth whiter without destroying enamel? Let me guess. Turmeric?
Baking soda.
Baking soda? I remember there was
Let's see who's right.
Let's see who's right. Yeah, we had fun with that video. That was hilarious. But it's not that funny anymore. No, I decided to go Astro at this hour. We are in the technocratic age where technology's taken over, and what better than to depict it by putting on my shades and playing it cool. And well, with how to make your teeth whiter, let's take a look. Wow, I need this. I could do a lot better than I'm doing now.
Scroll down.
Tell me out. Read it for me.
Keep scrolling down.
It's leading me back.
Right?
It's like a Ouija board. It's directing me to a smile. It's almost magnetic. You notice how when people smile, it's magnetic? Can you see me smiling right now? And you can feel it, the magnetism coming from my mouth. It's amazing.
You need to determine
I didn't
what's
realize it could
causing
happen.
your teeth
Oh, sorry.
discoloration to begin with. Coffee, tea, red wine.
I'm not fumbling my
major
words.
culprits.
I'm amazed at the magnetism my smile radiates.
Oil pulling, like my sister told me.
Wow, this is special. In nature, teeth are not necessarily white anyway. So why are people obsessed with white teeth? White teeth means that you just finished the kill. You are the carnivore and you just took down the wildebeest. It is a symbolic thing that has existed in our archetype of the human species for over 50 millennium. Ever since the transition from Cro-Magnon men to the current human form. You're guessing I'm high. Yeah, you see, but look at the smile. Feel the. Some of you have teeth that are rotting in your mouth because you're eating or drinking the wrong foods. Apparently, there's a lot of sugars and acids and sugars and acids that break your teeth down rapidly. So if you're suffering from something like Mountain Dew teeth, which is a serious malady in the Appalachians, you may want to get what I got, which is press-on veneers. Oh no, these teeth are 100% vinyl chloride. Absolutely will not be affected by any petrochemical whatsoever.
So, oil pulling, baking soda, I was right. Clay, kaolin clay, is low abrasivity and is effective as both a polish and stain remover. High in calcium, zinc, silica, and magnesium, safe for people with tooth sensitivity. Activated charcoal. It's fantastic for people who have had a bout of food poisoning. While it can remove stains from teeth, it does stain clothing, tiles, counters, etc. It can also cause constipation and block mineral absorption. Diluted hydrogen peroxide.
Thank you. Yeah.
Turmeric, you were right too. Oh, God.
I was the
Yes,
it was
I
my
suppose
answer.
you can.
Okay. Would you like a foot
we're
rub?
all right. No, I just want to put my feet up.
I found out it was the fan blowing sand in my eyes.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I was getting a direct feed of this fan out here. And it's cooling the house down, but it was blowing some sort of a dust or particulate in my eye. Probably radiation from God knows where. Do you give yourself foot rubs? What kind of a question is that? Seriously.
I have done that, which really helped me one day.
Yeah, I should give myself a foot rub right now. Hang on. You mind if I move this out of the screen?
You can do whatever you want. Here you go.
Well, I can do it here. And XSplit will be updated tonight. They recommend the update that I did over there for this one. So, folks, we've had a huge benefit. Our XSplit program has been laboring on our gaming computer, and we thought it was the gaming computer.
And I was like, it can't be the computer. Come on. I bought this, fantastic computer.
I read
To
the release
find out,
notes.
It was XSplit.
It was XSplit all along, and they finally updated it. Thank you for giving me this great time here, Sarah. You can go back to giving yourself foot rubs and enjoy the Netflix and chill.
Okay.
Dave can do whatever he wants. That's right. Well,
All right, good night.
Thank you, Sarah, so much. We have fun in the evenings. Our late show goes on and on. I talk to these people.
Goes on and on and on.
All right. This has been great. I chose to do this because it gives us a chance to build community. You know, many of us are living alone and isolated, or with some significant other who's reached that point where, you've lost that thrill, You and I aren't passing bodily fluids. It's not like we're too heavily involved. We can at least communicate. Last night's episode was nothing. I'd appreciate it if you'd not talk about other chat rooms here. Thank you. Wow. I've got to put an exerted force on this room. Oh, she's a wonderful woman, yeah. Well, let's just ruminate on things that are going on in our lives, technologically speaking. I've taken on a huge technological growth curve in my life. It started back in 1988. I was a chatter off and on the bulletin boards in 85. So I'm one of the earliest chatters on the internet. Colorado's legal pot sales are so successful, they're now providing solutions to homelessness. So they came up with a homelessness solution at Colorado. Good. I know they were putting a referendum together to do something with all that money they're making. I heard the recipe's been revealed. Colonel Sanders' nephew went viral, Captain Howdy. I know. You're late. You're late for a very important date. Dave Lyon just came in with a powerful story about the Olympic rower Henrik Rummel. He's fine. With his bulge being out there, they're not so fine with his mom seeing it. Oh, okay. You're talking about a man's penis? Who sent that link? Dave Lyon, come on, man. I was on a roll. I mean, you threw this guy's picture of a... It's like, what? Is that all you people think about? Your glasses are too small for your big alien head. That is ridiculous. Hey, let's keep America great. Let's phase out the TSA. What do you say? We don't need no stinking TSA. We've got our military personnel, and they can do a job just like anybody else. Yeah, I won't even fly because of the airport situation. You couldn't get me to pick you up at the airport. I wouldn't bother getting even near the terminal because I don't believe that they have the necessary safeguards to protect the American people. Are you complaining about the size of my head? You really have swallowed the blue pill, haven't you? You have become brainwashed by the society around you. You listen to people as if they matter, like they're going to be with you when you see old St. Peter on the way to hell. Sorry. So any other questions you'd like to talk about? That'd be great. You're still a little hurt from earlier. I didn't call you a kook. I just said you were a chicken hawk Republican. It's no big deal. You want me to do the Caruso video? I was looking for that earlier. Hold, please. Here we go. Let's activate it. Boom. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. We are going to enter in 9 minutes the extended show, which goes on another half hour, because I just love to roll out and talk and have fun. Yeah. We're going to be doing some voiceover, talking about technology. Let's see what we've got here. I'm trying to figure out exactly how many people are concerned about the development of artificial intelligence. Well, because the elite own most of the artificial intelligence that's out there, and most of the patents that are currently owned by the elitists we know as the Rothschilds, like the patent that was developed that controls the unmanned aerial vehicles. These vehicles can be maneuvered using what is called floating point technology. And the person that owns that patent now is Jacob Rothschild. And it's these kind of people, these elitists, that are running the world. So they are controlling the very backbone of the technology that's going to be used against you. These are the people that are going to run the world someday. The elitists, the ones that bought Barack Obama and made him the puppet president that he is. We are going to stop the New World Order. We are going to stop the people that are trying to control the destiny of mankind. Building a third party will do that. We've already exposed the lie. In 2008, I did the Broken St. Obamas video, which went worldwide, and now I'm a household word in Asia Eastern Europe, Finland, hello guys, Australia, New Zealand, Tahiti. So we're exposing the lie. There's never been a racial problem. They are making a racial problem. We're all equal in this. Are we going to let them put us on the train that Dow Chemical wants to put every human being? The train to death and destruction? I say no. I say we will not let these people do that to our country. Thank you. And that was Scissor Fights. It was called Techno, or Technica. Thank you, Technica. Excellent work, Scissor Fight. I love it. That's one of my favorite, actually. It's kind of like Du Hast. Have you heard Du Hast? That's an amazing German song. So let's talk about Hillary. She went hard against Alex Jones and Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin today, grouping them all into the white supremacist category. And it makes you wonder: is she playing the female and the guilt, the white guilt vote? I think she is. Trance is good music, yeah. I think she's like yanking the white guilt vote to the max, because no one wants to be accused of being a white supremacist. Most of us white people are not white supremacists. Most of us are good old-fashioned Americans who believe in shared, integrated racial equality. Rammstein, yeah, he made that, yeah. So many people are kind of taken aback by the extreme right-wing views of Donald Trump, and I agree with Hillary on that point. And I do believe that Donald Trump is a bully. Period. New Carlin album, kind of like it was A Lot of People Die, set for September release. Really? New George Carlin album coming out. I'll have to check this out. Some people think George Carlin was killed for his views. Democide. All I can tell you is I really believe that we've got a lot of things to talk about. And he talked about a lot of things. George Carlin album will be released on September 16th, marking the first debut of the late comedian's material since his death in 2008. Never Before Heard Routines, a rare 57 home recording by Carlin and other original versions of the comedian's ever-biting jokes. Okay, it's titled I Kinda Like It When a Lot of People Die. I think that's kind of messed up. I mean, it's almost like somebody from the Illuminati decided to misuse the entire Carlin legacy and make a statement like that. I mean, would he even make a statement like that? I would never donate to the Clinton Foundation. Did he even say anything like that? I mean, it's hard to believe that anyone could be that much of a nihilist. Okay, we're in here. Dave, that was awesome. Inventor Jim Genius is in. Thank you, man. Well, we do a lot of fun stuff on our show. I would love to break out. Thank you, Scissor Fight. You can take a coffee break. Or what do you drink? Well, don't answer. The reality is we all have a lot of time on our hands, and we don't mind chit-chatting and sharing our ideas. And I love the chat environment because, like I said, in 1988, I dove in. I got a computer. I got an Amiga 2000. But more importantly, I got more into the idea of communicating. Then I picked up a Pentium 4. It was my second computer. And then here I am, 9 computers later with this Intel i7 second generation, which is the backbone of our show, with 24 gigabytes of RAM. You love the Amiga too? Yeah. I never did cocaine in that time period, or at all. Yeah, so many people were doing cocaine. Everywhere I went, there were people that are, gathering in parties, and I went to a bunch of parties in Hollywood, and I saw a bunch of people in bathrooms snorting lines. You'd knock on the door, and you go, "Could I borrow the bathroom?" And you'd hear this. Not right now, but what do you want, man? Dave's not here, man. You really, we're talking some of the famous people too, because I knew a lot of people that were in Hollywood at the time. And I guess it swept through the whole country. Now it's turned into a meth problem, I think. No, seriously. I think a lot of people are hitting these designer drugs like ecstasy. I mean, they just want to change their life. They're so bored. It's as if they've all become turned into mental putty, and they want to just break out of that mold. So they try drugs. They have to kill the pain, so they anesthetize their brain cells. And obviously people who do that go down that road of addiction because those drugs, unlike marijuana, are highly physically addictive and cause you massive withdrawal symptoms that could send you into a toxic do loop straight into hell. I think people are trying to avoid the pain of reality. The more they do these drugs, the more they're escaping I guess we're overpowered by input. The world is so filled with diversions now, then this is by design, because technology really is just a massive splash of crap at you every day. And if you were staying on top of your technology, as we do, you get learning curves all the time. And it's not easy. Your brain wants to just sit there and go, it wants to freeze. Being a programmer is one of the most hands-on, in-your-head kind of things for people to do, and most people don't want to do it because it's like you've got to force yourself to constantly think. I don't do the drugs, man. No, man, I don't do no drugs. All right. Had a good show, though, tonight. I feel good about this. All right. Let's take a look at some technology that we haven't really looked at so far. Get back into the garden, yeah. We want to get back to the garden, like that 60s song. Very true. Very true. I am not going to be able to stop robotics from taking over the world. But we can dig down deep into our little kit. And we were talking last night about these houses that you build on top of a ricket or a rickshaw or something. A three-wheeled bike. And I went to look at a site, and I looked up bike houses. And it blew me away. I was like, wow. That's impossible. There must be some sort of an error. It is not coming up. Error, error. Whatever. Okay, any other? Oh, here we go. So I was like checking this out, man. Because everybody wants to be able to travel and do their own thing. I was like looking at these things like, oh, there's more. Oh my gosh. They're all over the place. Isn't that great? Yeah, I was like totally blown away by the technology. And these people are like jerry-rigging their own units and coming up with things like that. Yeah. They roll out and you can get your little bed. That's pretty novel. View image. Yeah, I mean, here is the ultimate setup. All right, so you're just on the road alone, you and your your tandem bike there. You and your lover. Me and my lover traveling across the... What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. Is Sarah getting... No, she's not. She actually lost weight this year. We are on a tight regime. Ping Ching, how are you? Let's see what you got. Yeah, we work out all the time. I'll be jumping out of the show and moving my mouth as I crunch on more non-GMO cereal items. I'm getting a lot of exercise in my jocular muscles. All these are really working out. No, I do have a little issue where I do hit the non-GMO cereal. I have that bowl of cereal and I love it. I just love it. It's the one thing that makes you really happy in life is a little GMO or non-GMO wheat. If you get the GMO wheat, it's just weird. Yeah, it slows your whole system down. You'll notice you'll get bowel cramps and it just the whole thing, constipation city. Okay, it's triggered. What do we got here? Okay. Man from Glad has spoken. So is this not the ultimate traveling accoutrement for you and your lover? And now we've got something else. From the wonderful world of Germany. What is this? Berlin, Germany, female. Female, deleted. What the hell is this, man? You know, I really have got to pre-screen this stuff before I bring it in the show. That was weird. Bengalitis, what are you doing? Who are you? Oh, that's the chair. It's not me flatulating. Just so you know. Okay. Every time I do this is... Sorry. Beekman is not really here to talk about himself tonight, Beekman. Well, I mean, I'll admit I was doing better with the music. I'm not going to mince words here and pretend like I'm not. We did see a wonderful motorcycle last night, and we are now officially in the extended show. Great. We saw this amazing motorcycle that was brought into our show earlier. This is how to ship a motorcycle. Oh, this was from last night. Okay. Different story. Sorry. Ah, yes, this story. Ping Shing, what do you got? Okay, New York Times calls on Google to rig a search result to hide Hillary's health problems. Do I ride a motorcycle? Not really, man. No, I don't ride a motorcycle. I don't do no motorcycle riding, man. Okay, Ping Cheng, hold on. Greetings from Shanghai to you. I work hard, thank you. You're taking the time to do that for me. That's so kind of you. Bless you. New York PD, thank you. I'm very happy, so is my family. Today we are going to Michael Jordan's new products. I'm very excited. My son is doing great work administrator. My daughter is in charge of Children's Toys Factory Level 2 training. They work hard like a wizard. Thank you. Well, Ping Cheng, we know you're addicted to working because you want to improve your station in life. Many of us who live on the fat of the land here in America are a little bit more laid back than you. I hope you understand. And we don't want to continue producing garbage every day with the production of landfills and endless environmental hazards. And frankly, we're not that interested in becoming the manufacturing giant of the world. We just want to create things that people want, not people that throw away. So Ping Ching, as much as you are working and you enjoy doing it, the ethical nature of your work extracts the virtue of what you do. And you, sir, are worthless. You have become the human cancer on the earth, Ping Ching. I'm sorry to say, but you're simply representing the mind speak of the soft panda empire we know as China. Now, Ping Ching, I've always suspected for years that you were an agent of China, and I'm going to call you out on it right now. Do you understand me, Ping Ching? Do you work in a child sex toy industry or something like that? Because that's pretty sick.
Never fear, Smith is here.
So let's get ready to ask Ping Ching the big tough questions. Ping Ching, do you have a conscience? Do you even care about the environment as you go work in the factory with your children? How old are they going to live to be when they work all their life like robots? You'll be replaced with cybernetic organisms, human flesh of a metal exoskeleton. Your days on this earth are numbered. Artificial intelligence is taking over. Bing Ching, you will be only useful until you are no longer useful, then you will be disposed of. Wake up, Ping Ching. The world is waking up right now, man. The ethical nature of what you're doing, consuming, producing, destroying the earth, is wrong. Bro, what's going on, dude? We need to get more conscious of what we're doing. Do you want to translate that New York PD? Or do you want me to? Hey, relax, man. It's cool. Hillary triggered. Ooh. What are you talking about? I can't even see that. It cannot be displayed due to errors. Well, Captain Hastings, what kind of work would you suppose you're going to do? Working in the fields like common field animals? Is that the future for you and your children? Were you born in America so your kids could work their ass off? Get a heart attack at 45? Hello! Wake up, people! America doesn't need to work their ass off. We need to start relaxing and enjoying the benefits of the fruits of our great nation. We've got tons of equity the world can't even touch if we keep the two-party system from controlling our destiny. They have become the veritable milking tits of the elitists as they suck the juices out of our nation's resources. And you, the voter, are the only ones that can stop this. Ping Ching, thanks for your representative statements, but I tend to believe it's commie nationalism, and it's not what we're all about in America. But I will tell you one thing, China can do whatever China wants to do to fix this nation. The nation of China is their problem, not ours. I believe in the nation-state model. Well, you're working hard to care about your kids, but Ping, yeah, you're going to end up becoming a memory in their minds because Dad will work too hard. Dad works so hard. They probably say, "Oh, Papa works so hard." And they say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And you look at your son and daughter and you go, "Oh, you're so proud." And they're becoming like you. It's not right, man. It's just not right. You're repeating a phase of destructive consumption and destructive aspects that will kill the earth. I want to play some dolphins. I want to show you some fun. I want to bring science and technology forward. I believe we have a lot of work to do to clean up the environment. We need technologies that can pull oil out of the water, like the terrible oil situation we have out there in the Gulf of Mexico still. We need technologies like this Vornado oil cleanup system.
Pretend this backyard swimming pool is an ocean. By adding a few gallons of crude, a simulated oil spill disaster is created. The Richter system goes to work at an incredible rate of speed to remove the oil from the water, pumping up to 5,000 gallons per minute. The contaminated water is sucked out of the pool and into a tube. It spins very rapidly, creating a vortex. The oil, which is lighter than water, is forced into the middle of the pipe. Here is the core of oil surrounded by the water. The water, heavier than the oil, spins to the outside. Once the oil and water have been separated, a smaller pipe is placed into position to suck up the oil spinning in the center.
Okay, so as you can see, this is the kind of technology that'll save our proverbial butt. We have an endless danger out there in the Gulf of Mexico that is this massive just bowl of oil literally still sitting there from the BP oil spill, and nobody's doing a damn thing to stop it. That's actually a great system, Andergon. You know, Kevin Costner's brother developed something very similar to this. Our government didn't even mention it. It was all over the internet during the 2010 period. People were talking about it. Vocal people were against BP. People like Matthew Simmons, who was talking to MSNBC at the time. Listen to what he said about the BP system. And by the way, Matthew Simmons died right after this. I do not recommend that product, Guest 966. Right after this man spoke on this channel, he died a couple days later in his jacuzzi, and he was only like 65 years old.
On the phone, Matt Simmons, founder of the Ocean Energy Institute. What do you know about this cap, Matt?
Well, Dylan, I mean, the whole thing is just absurd. It all goes back to their concept that all of the oil that's now killed the Gulf of Mexico is coming out of some cracks in the drilling roger, as opposed to the open hole several miles away that's still spewing 120,000 barrels a day of oil, toxic oil, into the Gulf of Mexico. And I think enough's enough. I think it's time for our government to tell them, no, get off the air, stop your advertisement, stop deceiving the public, and put the military in charge and send a submarine down and actually find the open hole so we at least know where it is.
The government at this point seems to be working with BP, and I don't know if they even acknowledge the open hole that you're referencing.
Well, the senior guy at the Los Angeles Times published a story last week ago, Sunday, saying that he visited on Saturday afternoon with Secretary Chu and Secretary Salazar, and they showed him the sonar images they had of the BOP that they finally located, and the pieces of casing that had pierced through 5 stories.
Yeah, what happened was there was a massive cover-up of the whole thing, and, you know, BP was going to pay out $20 billion and ended up paying half of that. And they kept the whole thing under the wraps. The whole thing has been managed. It's a media management situation. So, good job. But we could easily clean up the Gulf of Mexico using that type of technology. So, yeah, that's one way to go. Wow, really? And the other way to go is actually to build flotation devices that float out in the water, like booms of filtering material that can rotate and suck plastic waste in. Now, we can turn plastic waste into oil. It can be completely converted. A Japanese scientist actually developed a concept because he saw a real need. It was quite amazing how his efforts of converting plastic to oil were so effective. Watch this. Okay, as a child I enjoyed playing in nature. I didn't care about the environment. But since I came here, I had my own children. The places there I used to play as a child have disappeared. So I wanted to do something about that. Akinori Ito. From 2000, there was talk of global warming. Now, this man needs support. He needs support in his own country and our country, too. Let me fast forward to like the meat and potatoes of this. He created this amazing device. It turns the plastic waste he stuffs in that hole into oil. Watch this. You know that guy? Oh, really? You know Akito? Ping Ching. What's your problem here, man? There it is. Tape to make gasoline, diesel, and kerosene. Yes.
3キロの刺激に
Wow.
分けるんです
Ping Ching is down that road, man.
それを電気の力で熱を加えて
Look at that.
地球に戻すこの時点で 80% ぐらい
Yep.
の
Reduce 80% of CO2 emissions. Thank you so much. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We got to do this. We've got to make sure we use the utilities that are available. And these people that have these great designs, they are not being exploited. Government has no incentive to do this. The elitists are not going to clean the earth, folks. They just aren't. FBI admits Clinton used software designed to prevent recovery and hide traces of deleted emails. Whoa. Complicity to destroy evidence. This goes deep, man. Conspiracy Daily Update has South Carolina Representative Trey Gowdy appeared on Fox News today and disclosed new details about the Clinton email scandal that seem to indicate intent to destroy evidence. I ran that story about 6 months ago. Fascinating. Yeah, I've been saying all along. Balls deep, man. Yeah, she really tried. She did a search on her search engine. This is what came out during the Trey Gowdy investigation. She did a search on how to get rid of emails. They found that. Yeah. Yeah. She's not so innocent, is she? And you're still going to vote for her? I think that's a mistake. I think you should vote for me. Writing my name in is a better, clear pathway to a better way. Your vote's going to be wasted either way if you vote for Donald or Hillary. It's a wasted vote. So just look at it that way, man. They want to put you on the train, the human rail car. I don't. All right. Let's see what we got here. Whatever. Hey, are all of you aware that radio frequencies on your cell phone can contribute to brain cancer? At the very least, let me tell you that that is a serious thing to worry about. You notice I don't get a lot of calls in our show? It's because I'm purposely avoiding the RF frequencies emanating from the speakerphone. It's nothing personal. Ping Ching, yes, I'm so sorry to hear that you had to melt metal from the war. I got that. It's starting to sound like your whole family has a real national sense of pride. We got that. You still use a corded phone? Are you serious? Apple acquires personal health data startup Glimpse. Oh, yeah. Apple's also working on a car, too, I understand. Their automotive plan is to create a car that drives itself. So they're being a big company, much like Google, which ironically doesn't have the cash savings that Apple has. Here, producing a good product, Apple's managed to acquire quite a bit of cash. They've acquired personal health data startup Glimpse. Yep. Apple's ambitions in the health sector continue to expand, with its digital health team making its first known acquisition. A personal health data startup Glimpse, Fast Company has learned. Silicon Valley-based Glimpse has built a personal health data platform that enables any American to collect, personalize, and share a picture of their health data. What a suck-ass company. God. That sucks. They're just profiting from the data generation. Why are you talking like an android? To make you aware that artificial intelligence is very short and near, and will probably be arriving at your door any day now. Are you not aware? Have you not entered the 21st century? Apple products are kind of a rake-off, I think. They're making a lot of money. Yeah, it's just big brother data, man. I mean, Apple, come on. I mean, just healthcare. Get healthcare off our backs. Seriously. We don't need all our data shared. That's BS. You know, this was my idea to start with. We wanted it to happen in the background, not some sort of a forced thing where tax dollars are used. We had a plan in 2010. We talked about it on our site, which was then scraped when they created Obamacare in a jail cell. Some guy, a prisoner, made Obamacare. 60% of Obamacare was written by a guy who was avoiding it. He's serving 10 years in time for a tax evasion. Anyway, they wrote this thing and they put this plan that we had suggested, this idea. Data could be tracking cancer and demographic localities of possible toxic waste, biodiversity issues that could be formulated into a long analysis. But they chose to charge the taxpayer. And every doctor makes $40,000 a year from the government, courtesy of you, the taxpayer, just to go into their records and do this back data. It's terrible.
Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
I'm going to tell you what I see, but I first want to just say that I'm going to mirror this video. David Weiss, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, just sent it to me. I watched it. I can't even believe this is bombshell information. This is very disturbing to me. This proves lots of things. One of the things it proves, you're looking at it. If you can see what I see.
Can you see what I see? The video will play a little later, and we will watch it together. We will mind meld as a group. Isn't this weird? This whole world is becoming so indigestible. Okay, that was a guy who, you're calling him a homosexual because he talks with a lisp. I don't understand why you're just calling people that. That's very judgmental. Why don't you just listen to him, hear him out? You know, he's going to talk about things. He's this, you think that's funny? Well, do ya? Punk? Ping says he wants from Santa this year to give you a good gift. I want to eat great artist Dong Lu to give you a good lead painting. Plus give you sucky sucky. Captain Howdy, thank you so much. I can't believe you're doing the great work translating Ping. Awesome. I didn't really take the time to hear what he had to say. Thank you. Only a numbnuts tells the chat when he puts someone on ignore. Yeah. Right. Well, we're having an interactive conversation using high-tech, state-of-the-art chat equipment. And you feel like Bubbles is our next choice. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. It's not the first time people have thought Bubbles was the best choice in America. These guys have made like $12 million on this show. And they do it from their garage. We're talking Trailer Park Boys, guys. Yeah. Everyone wants reality. They love it. Why do you think we're so popular? We're just doing a show from our studio, you know? I mean, we don't have that cutting-edge studio editing bay and the hundreds of employees and jacked-up cokeheads going, I just want it to be original. We don't have any of that. It's a raw American video show. Hillary Clinton versus Alex Jones, the circus rolls on. Yeah, that'll be good. I've been really interested in seeing this little interchange that happened today. I don't get cable. Hey.
I'm not one to get involved in these US
presidential
elections because if you don't know, it's just one big circus. It's a game, a charade, whatever you want to call it. It is just complete nonsense.
Hey, PK's back. It's going to be good. I'm going to take a look at PK. You know, ever since I found out he was looking for money from AdSense dollars, I kind of listened to him in a different way. Okay, Ping Ching, I believe you may have been misquoted by Captain Howdy. Thank you. I saw that deep down. We did that whole recipe about KFC earlier. It was planned disinformation, even if it was true. Hold on, let me get a movie on real quick. Listen to The Venus Project.
What the Venus Project proposes is an entirely different system that's updated to present-day knowledge.
We've never given scientists the problem of how do you design a society which would eliminate boring and monotonous jobs, that would eliminate accidents in transportation, that would enable people to have a high standard of living, that would eliminate poisons in our food, that would give us other sources of energy that are clean and efficient.
When we understand that it is technology devised by human ingenuity which frees humanity and increases our quality of life, we then realize that the most important focus we can have is on the intelligent management of the Earth's resources.
If you want a world without war, without hatred, with reduced crime, considerably reduced crime, then you must declare all of the Earth's resources as the common heritage of all the world's people. Anything less than that will be a repetition of the same cycle of problems. But there's no end to the possibilities, which I think haven't even begun yet. The civilized world hasn't even begun to get off the ground. The jobs that will be accomplished in the future, the marvels, the technology to come is unbelievable. And it's about high time we get off our self-centered, self-seeking, self-advantageous designs and get on with the social job that has to be done, namely the reclamation of the environment and human beings as well. So we welcome everybody's participation.
I sent that guy a birthday card. Yeah. It's good. I'm glad. He's 100 years old now. There's been an accident in Belgium town. Just came in, deep cover. Just brought this in. Deep down. At least one dead after an accidental explosion at Rock Sports Center in Belgium town. This just in. The city of Chemai, shortly after midnight local time. At least one person was killed and as many as 4 were believed to be injured. 2 of them seriously. Yeah, we don't know if this was a terrorist strike or not in Belgium. All right. You know, terrorism really can happen. Just because we've had false flag after false flag doesn't mean it's... Gooey Lobster has the Dr. Drew story and how he's been cut. Yeah, that's a good one. Dr. Drew came out with a statement about Hillary's doctors and he's lost his job now. That shows you how powerful she is. Why would a person vote for somebody like Trump? It's crazy. A man who seriously doesn't have any new ideas, and he borrowed 10 of mine. Some people say as many as 14 ideas that we've had for the past 8 years. And as much as I'd love to, you know,
what are you guys doing?
Stand here and go, wow, that's great to, you know, have good ideas, but when you get them by taking them from people, that's not good. Especially when you don't even attribute who your ideas came from. It's a sign of a weakness in his character, a flaw in his character. It makes him unworthy of the presidency. Same with Hillary. Her behavior of getting rid of people that are in the way is right there in front of us. We've seen it time and time again. People who are standing in the way of her dynasty get eliminated. One of the reasons why I'm still alive is because nobody sees me as any kind of a threat to the political balance in this country. I know that sounds even fictitious for me to even think that I'm going to make any difference. So they don't worry about me. They don't realize the metrics are not even available to these people. They can't read what's happening. But people are talking, and they can't listen. See, the one thing the elitists cannot control is what we're talking to each other about right now, personally. Not me and you right now, but when you turn to your family and say, hey, check out this guy, he's a third-party guy, he says he's being censored. Mom, check this out. That actually gets the buzz going. And as simple as that sounds, it's word-of-mouth advertising, and the elitists can't track it. So they don't see me as a threat. Even 2 months plus a few days away from the election, they still don't see me as any type of a political threat, which is great. I'm not, exactly, thank you. And nobody would ever imagine that I could even in any way hurt the system. But the system is obviously hurt. It's lame, it's going down. It's simply stumbling at this time. And if we pull the leg out from under the table that the elitists have constructed, where they control the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, and then we pull the executive branch from their control and they no longer put their puppet president in charge of the country, guess what happens when you pull a leg out from under a table? You ever seen a table fall down? Boom. That's exactly what will happen if the executive branch gets back in the hands of the people of America. We will pull the control of those elitists from under our feet and essentially keep them from executing their plan of global destruction and depopulation. That's what I predict will happen. Okay, Ping says his cousin Dong has painted Master Mao's photos. You go to work, okay. Have a nice day. He's always got a positive attitude. Look at that. He has to make a gift at Christmas. The America is a big success. You know, you got to learn something from Ping, Captain Howdy. He has a positive outlook. Even though he's desecrated the environment and ultimately will end up starving from human flaws like food production. Yes, his table will fall. He seems like a nice person. Yeah, I got that too. Oh, this has been a special show. You know, it's not always this warm and cozy toward the end of the show as it is right now. As you know, we've been doing thousands of hours of broadcasting. It's phenomenal. And just because I don't always mix it up with new fun things, I will say this has not appeared in almost 2 years. Uncle Sam is fighting his way out, using the benefit of the people. We are ideally the government. We should own Google, not some national socialist fascist secretive government, but we the people should own Google. You should be able to make $36,000 a year, 36 grand a year from sitting in your house programming or doing website design. Seriously, with no questions asked, as long as you have a small amount of output. But we're giving $350,000, $360,000 a year to some of these 5-day wonders out of colleges, and I really believe that we're screwing over the American people on that money side of the technology. Because as we go, the technology will continually be the same. It won't really need that much addition or subtraction. The code is set in time. So why are they charging for it? Why are they charging for ad words? Why are they making money when this is a sham? The whole thing has been printed money all along. The entire Google's operation, YouTube, etc., has all been borrowed money the government was investing through a corporation called In-Q-Tel. Now, so when I get close to the truth, this is when the hate comes in. Watch this. See that? That's when the haters start. When I get close to the truth. They're told to come in right at this time to sidetrack me because I'm getting close to what they're doing. They bought the entire backbone of the social networks that we use today. The technocracy, if you will. Wow, KY Poopy said, there was a 14-year-old boy killed in a drive-by shooting within sight of his window and where he lives. That's unreal, KY Poopy. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah. This story broke over there at iBlog. You know, Belgium offers an olive branch on Brexit, calls for the North Sea Union. Yeah. It's a last-ditch attempt to patch together a collapsing structure. The EU is symptomatic of the New World Order. I've been censored on the network. I don't think you understand. What about the censorship do you not understand? Now watch as I talk more and more about the truth, about how the backbone of the internet is owned. You're going to see more and more hatred come in this show. I've done this as a test in our shows toward the end of our show. Yeah, when I get really close to the truth, they get freaked out. They'll do everything they can to stop us in chat. What I'm telling you is not common knowledge. Most people don't know that Google is owned by the government. The last thing they want anyone to know. So as you can see, they've got all these people coming in here. They're tasked to go after me. They're tasked to threaten the show. That's how sinister this plan is. It's sad. Makes no sense. Just face the truth, man. Your days of being in control of this country are over. You have lost control of the rudder of our nation. People don't like Donald or Hillary, dude. And they're not going to like anything those two people have to say. They really don't. They just don't. There's nothing edgy about either Donald or Hillary. And you know full well I'm right. You can feel it. You can sense it. I can sense that you sense fear by the rise of a third-party candidate. Fascinating. Okay. 14-year-old boy killed in a drive-by shooting. Louisville, Kentucky. Police say that the death of a 14-year-old boy Wednesday night was the result of a drive-by shooting in a neighborhood known for its drug activity. David, today I see people driving in reverse on the road today and the car was smoking. Wow, Captain Howdy. That's really weird. Things are starting to collapse in your area? Quick, Phil, as he changed the subject, go back to normal chatting. Yeah, well-known drug area. A 16-year-old and a 24-year-old also suffered gunshot wounds in Louisville, Kentucky. You know, I drove through Louisville, Kentucky. I'll never forget that night. God, it was the first leg of a 3-day road trip from Boston to Henderson, Nevada. It was absolutely grueling. I myself drove 3 days straight across country without sleep. Don't try to do that, please. I was 18. I was foolish. You know I'm completely on top of this. If you think you can do that, you're kidding yourself. It was extremely dangerous. I am not Irish. U.S. Navy ship fired warnings at the Iranian ship for Mideast close calls this week. I'm not going to foment concern about that. I don't dislike Jewish people. I think they're good people. I've known a lot of good people who are Jewish. I'm worried about the rise of Zionism, man. Lasagna is in the oven. We let it set for at least 24 hours before we open it. It has to ferment. Yeah, and you're Jewish and you love me. There you go. Day by day. Well, this is reaching... Whoa, no, dude, I'm not a racist. I've never said a racial slur in my life. I don't hate on people, man. You're thinking of Donald Trump. Do I look like Donald Trump to you? It's a joke, Captain Howdy. God, can you... Do you realize that people used to live with food sitting on the counter for 12 days? They called it yogurt. Yeah, I can do a video on how to clean water to drink. Yep, we can focus on that all night long. You can't have soggy lasagna. It's impossible. Lasagna is supposed to be soggy. How can you even say... It's absurd that you think that you could... Are you getting tired of this background? I mean, you should have said something. Yeah. You have more power than you think. I'm not kidding. Isn't that much better? Thank you. Wait a second. I never was at a bar. I don't drink. I have had a couple beers with friends. I mean, I would definitely say that no more than maybe 4. And then I would say, hey, I'm sorry, I don't want any more, because I started to slur my words. I was like, hi, how you doing, babe? No, you just saw the picture of us dancing on the internet. We posted that picture of us dancing that night. Yeah. I don't drink, Captain Howdy. Dos Equis has got all kinds of impurities in it. I should give you our link library results on beer. You'd be very interested in knowing. Wouldn't you rather know now that you're going to get a tumor than to know later and having had 50 containers that lead to the tumor? Well, let's talk about that. They have a lot of information now on the dangers of the toxins in. Later. Good night. Oh, you ate the hottest spaghetti bake? Wow. Excellent. Later. By the way, we have a massive... Thank you. Thank you for your vote of confidence. We have a massive link, and the Clinton dynasty link library. Feel free to spend all night long just looking at all these links. Every one of them is a humdinger. Yes. What is a humdinger? I don't know. And then we have the Dump Trump link library too. Don't forget that. You can post these all over the internet. Please, feel free. All right. You need to update your iPhone right now. Pegasus malware attack. Alert, alert. Some of you with iPhones that are getting radiated, you need to update new software packages. There has been a malware attack from Pegasus. Researchers have found spyware that secretly records almost all of your data. Hold, please. One moment, please. One moment, please. You need to update your iPhone right now. One moment, please. If you have an iPhone, stop what you're doing and update it to the latest operating system, the iOS 9.3.5. To do this, go to your Settings app, tap General, and then Software Update. Then tap Download and Install. Why? As Motherboard reports today, security researchers have found a new malicious program that can secretly bypass the security on your iPhone and capture almost all of your data, including all your texts, phone calls, and emails, even burrowing into your Facebook and Gmail apps. Fortunately, the newest operating system, 9.3.5, fixes the security vulnerabilities that this malware used to attack your phone. So if you download and install it, you should be safe. For more information, dial 1-800-555-1212. That's 1-800-555-1212. Yeah, you want to have a conversation with the Dallas officers after the attacks, only be after by fellow neocon officers. Very weird interaction. Okay, I felt that the Dallas thing didn't really go down. I didn't notice that anybody really died there in Dallas. I'm not the first to say that, too. You realize a lot of these stories are being kept for a little later, because as you know, we run a video show into the evening where people chat and interact and have fun. And as much as I love to talk about, chemtrails every night, I don't, in deference to those people who don't believe in chemtrails. It's okay, man. But we do have discussions in the evening about false flags and all kinds of things. Yeah. Dallas is possibly one of them. You got that right, man. And Dr. Drew's story's coming up. We got that happening. These are some of the videos I'm going to be queuing up using the technology in front of me. I set up playlists. And what these things are, if you haven't seen them on YouTube, you go to the thing right here, and you click the Add To tab. And then I've got all these separate categories I put these things in. Like this one relates to Hillary, so I'll add it to anything on Clinton. So I create a Clinton library that way. Pretty cool, huh? And then I add these things to the new libraries as well. This is the Hillary versus Alex Jones start, which will play in the new section. And we've got people that want me to play videos on Sunday. And Time Pilot just said that maybe we should just play everything out of our playlists. And it's not a bad idea. I'm going to talk to Sarah about it. Because well, I told the chat or Time Pilot that it would not be a good idea if I had a lot of hands-on time, because I really cherish Sunday as a time to not do anything. So I'll at the most walk in and monitor, make sure it's on. But that's something we've been thinking about doing. I keep checking and unchecking the same box. Man, it's a hot one, isn't it, tonight? Sarah? You know? Hot in Washington. Yeah, okay. That's a non-story now. Okay, political. And this one right here, this is going to be Political Circus, Hillary Fraud Exposed, How I See the World, the guy that you were talking about earlier. Bombshell evidence we have queued up. That'll be fun. So this is more than just a 5-hour period for me. I actually spent another 5 hours just watching chat and learning from chat and clicking on links and watching these videos with you guys. Yeah. Lots of stuff coming out about the Clinton dynasty of corruption. Oh, and this one, I didn't want to miss this. Clinton dismissing AP reports on donors. Okay. Let me open that link up and I'll add that to the list. Anyway, thank you very much for coming into our Technology Thursday show. As you know, this is an ongoing
She says
process.
it's smoke, but...
Yep. It's a process of acquiring information and passing links across the board, across the internet, in the ether. Yeah, when this whole thing, the cloud started, they called it the ether, way back in the 80s. Yeah, old word. But in a way, it is kind of almost a psychic ether in some ways. So much going on there. There's a massive amount of information. Massive. And this is Trailer Park Boys. We got the 2 minutes and 52 seconds of the episode. Don't legalize it. Official red band trailer. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, a lot of people watch this stuff because it's Americana. It's what Americans do. It's how people are in many places. And this is filmed in Canada. So it's very much like America. The Trailer Park Boys. The Trailer Park Boys. People living in trailer parks. Ancient elixirs. Tibetan potable water. Caucasian drink for longevity. What? That's got to be the most useless link I've ever gotten. Oh, George Carlin. Yeah. The story. Oh, it comes with the video. Good. 1.52 minutes. YouTube. And I go to the YouTube channel and add it to the playlist. All right, cool. And I'm going to look into that software that you guys, somebody referred on how to stop the Flash program, because sometimes we have 60 browsers open and it's almost impossible to catalog everything. Quite an entertainer. I really enjoyed George Carlin. But I enjoyed his predecessor more, Lenny Bruce. Yeah. George was kind of a strike-off of Lenny Bruce. People didn't really make a big deal about it, though. I shouldn't even mention it. Okay, is this Rebob? No, this is me. Nice terror attack, stage hands, busted moving props in the video. Ooh, they're looking closer at a lot of these events, like the Nice trampling. Scissor Fight just posted a link that this guy, yeah, I saw that last night. Very good. I think, I was at 40 views last night. You know, that video didn't move after I went to it. I better start recording some of these. They're going down. Yeah, see right there, I'm going to hit the record button. And I use the Firefox download. It's called the Downloader. It's fantastic. I'm telling you. I've scoped the internet looking for technology software that you can get free downloads from. And it is the best, bar none. I've never had a problem with it. Whereas others you just struggle with, they often try to convert to Windows media files, and it's ridiculous. Another one bites the dust. Yeah. Another one down, and another one down. Another one bites the dust. Hey. Yep, that'll work. Except this has to go into Nice, Paris attack. Which dates back to the Paris attack. Okay. All right, just talking to myself. Thank you. I'll tell you about it. Stealth mode, yeah. Those are 3 words you'll never scrawl on your ghetto walls, bro. Yeah. I don't know anybody who... we sent out a Mojo 452. Yep. There was a Mojo that went out. I set a Mojo about 3 days ago. I know. Thank you, Natural Thomas. When your host has to set a Mojo on the naysayers and all the hate, you know you got problems. I'm too sexy to be your host. Too sexy. All right, well, this has been a Screen Gems presentation. You are confused. You've always been confused all your life. You don't know what a Mojo is? That is a Mojo. All right, good night, everybody. We'll see you again on... oh, we got 5 more minutes? Oh, okay. Sorry. I tried to slip out of the show. Well, back to chemtrails. You know, I wanted to talk about them anyway. Okay. So we have a little slideshow playing for you to watch. I scared you there? Okay. Well, we're worried about the nozzles. They're delivering chemicals on your head. We didn't know why they I mean, I wouldn't want to talk about false flags or chemicals sprayed in your head. You think I grew up thinking, gee, Dave, someday you're going to sit there and talk about chemicals being sprayed on people's heads and false flags by the government to promote gun control. Yeah, that's going to be your future, Dave. Welcome to your future, young man. Do you think I grew up thinking that's my life? I don't think so. Yeah. But I have to take these issues on. If I don't, nobody else will. If I don't do it, nobody else will. So these are the things you get to breathe every day. A federal court bans government prosecuting medical pot users and growers. Yeah, we covered that issue last week. Yay! But you can still get busted at a state level in states that don't authorize any legal use of marijuana. In Texas, you can go to prison. In Oklahoma, you can get your entire bank account drained because every dollar you got is theirs. Yeah, Oklahoma's got these card strikers. They just pass cards through and they take your money in your bank account if you got a joint on board your car. No, it's not something personal. Oh, look at that. That's a plasma beam that was seen over the mosque where they hold the Ramadan festivals. Yeah, Mecca. Yes, I'm talking about. And let's not forget the danger of vaccines. Well, this has been great. I mean, I didn't mind doing an extended show. I mean, I got a chance to talk to a lot of people that aren't normally talking to people because the guest chat gets shut down. Walter says some things. The value of a social network is the number of users. You could build decentralized social networks, but users follow the biggest crowd. Good point, Walter. That's why leverage works. Whoever can leverage the most takes the most users. In tech, it's first or best, no second prize. Walter, those are uplifting techno words for tonight. Thank you so much. We know that too well because we've been censored by 5 or 6 different networks. Yeah. In your world, Walter, it's possible. In the world that's controlled, the media that Marshall McLuhan at one time said, the media is the message. The only way you can beat them at their game, well, they're pessimistic words, I know, Walter. But the only way you can beat them at their game, Walter, is follow the words of Marshall McLuhan. In the early 70s, he said the media is the message, and that's what we've done. We've done Blackface 1 and Blackface 2. And I can tell you, if I did Blackface 3, there'd be a real solid reason. It would be because Barack Obama had to take over due to an emergency election that was canceled. If we have massive unrest in the coming election year, in the next 2 months, people say that Barack Obama could be president for a third term. I would definitely consider doing Blackface 3. For sure. Thank you for that, Time Pilot. All right, so these are the canisters they put in the jets to give them the ability to store all this concentrated industrial waste and dump it on your heads. This is actually Italy. They dump it on Italy like this, just like they do in America. So many of you are finally waking up to the reality that they control the vertical and the horizontal. That you are simply part of the board. Yeah, we're trying to awaken people to the fact their vote is becoming more and more meaningless when they vote for the two parties. Yes, Kimosabe. I make good blackface. In my tribe of the Algonquins, we painted face black as a tribal ritual. So when I did my blackface video, people thought I was making fun of African Americans. This is simply a tribal ritual conducted by the Algonquin people. But I too believe that this should be protected by freedom of speech. But white man speak with forked tongue. He say you are free to speak out openly, use blackface, as your tribe expects. Dave, I have an important question. Is it possible for women to put voices in your head to find out your secrets, and people who don't know what it is, they call it schizophrenia? Well, Red Card, yeah, all I can tell you, man, is if you're hearing voices, there's one of two possibilities. I'm serious. Either you're talking to yourself in your head and you're making up those words, and that would be schizophrenia. Okay, are you holding on to that thought? Okay. Or, and I don't want this to go to your head, you are a victim of voice-to-skull communication. Okay, signing off, everybody. See you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good one.
Do you believe that a technology exists wherein speech can be encoded and transmitted via microwaves so that it can be heard inside the human skull without the use of a receiver?
I became totally